one, lift off. Yo. What's up? What is really good? Oh, I'm trying to get myself together here. All right, it's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. That there sports podcast where we talk that ish on Friday. You heard me? All right. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's had a wonderful and blessed week. Seriously. Hope everybody's had a wonderful and blessed week. And it is Friday, September 19th, 2025. Yes, it is 8:41. 8:41. And yeah, we shipping. I'm shipping over here. We're shipping over here. Tell you that right now. We're shipping over here. 80 proof is 80 proof because 80 proof is 80 proof. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, of course, naturally, we have to go over the Thursday night football game, which was a good game, better than expected. Felt like Buffalo kind of sleepwalked. I just got off the phone with my brother, Mr. Sean, and he is under the weather. He's been under the weather this week. So, hell no, I ain't putting that 80 proof down. Man, it's Friday, and I'm in the crib, and I'm not driving. So, cool. Now, if I go outside, I'm not driving, But, again, about the football game, and how you doing, gorgeous? Good to see you. Always good to see you. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I feel like they sleptwalked through that game last night. But a win is a win is a win. Leisha, what's going on, homie? How you doing, Leisha? So we'll talk about that. And also, I will make my predictions. I'll make my predictions for this week's game. Now it's Friday. So for the people who are on right now, who could give a damn about the sports, you got to just bear with me because I actually have a new face coming on tonight. I have a new guest who will be making an appearance tonight. It'll be his Sports Plus Life debut. Okay, it'll be Sports Plus Life debut. What up, Low Mob? What up, my nucra? What's going on, my nucra? What up, though? What it do? It's Friday. What up, Hampton? What's good with you? Salute. Hey, Hampton, was you at the were you at the center today? You was at the center today. But we gotta get up too because you gotta come over here, Hampton, and give my son his goddamn rematch. Yeah, you gotta come over here and give my son his rematch, man. You got to give my son his rematch, and he talking shit too. Roman, it's past 2 minutes. I can cuss now. Yeah, he talking shit too. Yeah, hey man, he don't need to practice. God damn it, he's a natural. He's a natural. He don't need to practice. Or don't make me have him come on here. Even though he had his mama house, I call him. Be like, bro, I need you to hit this link. I need you to hit this link. Exact. Yeah, Roman. That's right. Roman gonna kick his ass the next time they play. He told you that too. No, he really told him that. He said, next time your ass is getting kicked. I haven't let that go yet. Oh my goodness. Everybody's saying hello and saying all of their pleasantries, but let's get to Thursday night football. The Miami Dolphins went to 0-3. Woe is the Dolphins lost to the Bills 31-21. And Miami did what most teams with no wins do. They find ways to beat themselves. They had Buffalo dead to right. They had just scored to tie the game. They had just forced Buffalo on a 3-and-out. And Miami's defense over the first 2 weeks of the season has been absolutely horrible. And then they get a roughing the punter, Buffalo scores a touchdown. Next possession, 2 of those are interception. Game, set, match. So everybody's wondering, what the hell are you going to do in Miami? Because right now the season looks like it's going down the toilet. But I will say this first. Hold tight. Hold on. The change is coming. Hold on. Don't worry about a thing. Because Miami's schedule kind of gets a little soft over the next month. They have winnable games, okay? Winnable games. Let's see. The Dolphins got, coming up next, they got the Jets, the Panthers, the Chargers. That's a loss. Then they got Cleveland. So, you know, they can do some shit. They can do some, they can win at least 3 of their next 4 games. Let me put it that way. They should be able to at least win 3 of their next 4 games. So I definitely give them a shot. So while a lot of people are saying, hey, this is over, fire McDaniels, trade Tyreek, and yada, 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 in 2 weeks, y'all could be 2-3. So just hang tight, don't panic. And yeah. Now, one thing you guys may notice is that I said that I was going to come on late. The event that I was supposed to DJ got postponed because of the weather that we had earlier in the week, since the event was on a football field. And their boys, they needed to practice. They needed to get some more practice time in. So that's why I'm here a little early, because honestly, originally I didn't plan on coming on here until maybe 10 o'clock, honestly. But we here now, which means I can get started. I can get my weekend started a little earlier. Long weekend, you heard me? Which means I can get started on my 80 proof now. Okay? So, but hopefully that event will happen. Well, it will happen soon, because we're at the midway point of the football season for Little League. Like I said, tomorrow's game is considered a night game. And so I'm hyped with that. But y'all know I love y'all know I love it when I gets to DJ, because that's my shit. That's why you see the banner right down here. Need a DJ? That's me. If you don't have my number, the DMs are Brandon Bravon Towns on Facebook, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I do my thing when I do my thing. And for real. And if you guys have stuff coming up, especially because it's that time of the year now. Like it's fall. It's about to be fall. We're in literally the last days of summer. It's fall. We have Halloween. We have Thanksgiving, Christmas. If you got an event that you need taken care of, holla at your boy. And before I get started on making my predictions, I have to send a couple of special birthday shout outs. One is, a few years ago, when I was just doing audio on the podcast, I named a couple of people, men, grown men, real men, who I hold in the highest regard. And one of them's birthday is one of their birthdays is today, and that would be my pop. That would be Wayne Ampey, the man who taught me how to DJ. Just a wonderful, wonderful human being. He's been my dad. Ever since my actual father, who was my best friend in the world, closed his eyes. I mean, and Wayne was always like a father figure to me. But when I was at my darkest time, after my father left, he has been there. He's been there for me through thick and thin, no matter what. And I'll always and that's my pop. He tried to hold me hostage tonight. Once he knew that my gig got postponed, he tried to hold me hostage. He's trying to come on, have me a drink. I'm like, Pop, I'm not moving like that when I'm driving. Come on, man, let me get your wine cooler. I'm like, Pop, but no, happy birthday, Pop, man. I love you. And on Sunday, y'all know Cutting David, crazy ass. That is his birthday on the 21st, excuse me. So we wish him a happy early birthday. Happy birthday today to Pop, and happy early birthday to David. David, who knows? David may mess around and make an appearance on here today. We never know. But yeah, Cutting David, that's my cousin, but he's more like my brother. And you know, when he get on here, you're liable to hear anything. And then, of course, on Monday is my actual father's birthday. Happy heavenly birthday, my dad. Lord knows, I was just thinking about him. I've been thinking about him the last couple of days. Maybe it's because his birthday is coming up. Thinking about how much I miss that man. All jokes aside, I really do. So happy birthday is going around from your boy, Brandon Bravon Towns. Happy birthday from your son and your cousin. There you go. So now, because I'm going to bring my guest on here in a couple of minutes. Matter of fact, let me send him the link. I'm about to, if you're watching now, bro, I'm about to send you the link. But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to start by making my predictions for this week's game. And then it's Friday, y'all. We can start talking that ish. We can start Sports Plus Life talking ish. We can start talking that ish. So let's see. The first game, well, I already picked Buffalo. So I was correct with that. So who's next Sunday's game? Green Bay at Cleveland? Really? That's they're actually deciding to go through with that game. Let me see. Make sure I got this correct. Okay. Make sure I got that correct. Yes, I do. All right, bro. Link should be coming to you. It is sent. All right. So you just got to go check your Gmail. But yes, Green Bay at Cleveland. Packers. Now I'm gonna start asking you guys y'all opinion. Who you think I should pick? Okay, I want to get the chat involved. To see. I just want your opinion. Indianapolis at Tennessee. Who should I go with? I'm wondering if who knows football. The silence that I'm gonna see is probably gonna be amazing. But the Colts at the Titans. I already know who I'm gonna pick. I just want to see what the chat's gonna say. I'm just curious. Just actually curious. All right, y'all took too long. Okay, I'm picking the Colts. I'm going with the Colts. Cincinnati at Minnesota. This is an interesting game because both teams are playing with their backup quarterback. And I'm going to tell you, we have Jake Browning, going up against Carson Wentz. I'm going to go with Cincinnati because I know Joe Burrow is out for the next 3 months, possibly the entire season. But Browning has been there for quite some time. He knows that system. He knows those players. And he's a respectable quarterback. He's one of those backups that you're glad you have him, in times of crisis. And for Cincinnati right now, this is a time of crisis. Now, who do we have next? Pittsburgh at New England. The I don't give a shit bowl. The Steelers at the Patriots. Who should I go with? Because the Steelers been looking suspect. Their defenses look suspect. Real talk. Their defenses look very suspect. Let's see. But you know what? I don't trust the Patriots, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Good game. Good 1:00 game coming up here, too. The Rams at the Eagles. Ooh, 2-0 versus 2-0. Ooh, people are still having questions about Jalen Hurts because they're not satisfied with how he's winning games. Oh, wham, boo, frickety who. He's still the champ. In my book, he is the number one quarterback. I would take him over anybody. Anybody. Let's see. So I'm going with the champ. I'm going with Philadelphia. I'm going with the Eagles. The Jets at the Bucks. Justin Fields is hurt. He's not playing. So I was going to go with Tampa Bay anyway. I'm going with Tampa Bay. The Raiders at Washington. And Jaden Daniels is not playing. But you know what? I'm going to go with Mariota. Me and Sean was just talking about this. I think Mariota can handle this. So I'm going to go with Mariota. Hold on. Let me give me a second. Hold on. I have to make a quick call right quick because I have to guide my boy. Yeah, a win is a win, bro. A win is a win. A win is definitely a win. Hold on, give me a second. Yo, go to your Gmail and go on the Gmail that I just sent you and click the link.
I'm about to look at it right now.
All right.
I was looking for that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, man, hey, we are a reality podcast over here in this bitch. Okay, so yeah, I'm going with the Commanders to beat the Raiders. Atlanta at Carolina, ATL. I think Atlanta is about to make a push. I think Atlanta is possibly about to make a push. Houston and Jacksonville. This is interesting because the Texans have won the division the last 2 years. Houston has not been playing well. They're 0-2. Houston is going to be a little desperate. The Texans are going to be a little bit desperate, even though it's at Jacksonville. I'm at a cross with this game. Who to pick? You know what? I think they're going to press the emergency button in Houston. I'm going with Jacksonville. Denver at the Chargers. Oh, my beloved Broncos, how you let me down last Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. And how those referees assisted in letting me down last Sunday. And the Chargers look like they mean business. I got to go with the Chargers. New Orleans at Seattle. That ain't even nothing to think about. Dallas at Chicago. Bitch-ass Cowboys. Underachieving Bears. Bitch-ass Cowboys. Bitch-ass Cowboys. Caleb Williams paints his fucking fingernails. Dallas's defense is goddamn hot garbage. Caleb Williams paints his fingernails. Dallas gave up almost 500 yards to Russell Wilson. All right, I'm going with Chicago. And they're home. I'm going with Chicago. Arizona at San Francisco. Arizona at San Francisco. I don't know if Purdy's playing or not. You don't know what kind of Cards team you're getting. All right, I'm gonna go with who? Mac Jones. Who? Kansas City at the Giants, bro. If the Giants beat the Chiefs, that would be hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Kansas City's going to win. And Detroit at Baltimore. Both teams responded very well after week 1 losses. I'm going to go with the Ravens. So I got to have me a strong week. There's only one game that I hope that I'm wrong about, and that is obviously the Chargers beating the Broncos. Only one game. Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Okay, P-Dot, can you hear me? P-Dot, can you hear me? You got anything? Can you hear me yet? Not ready yet. Not yet. Well, so yes, I'm having a new guest on, and I guess he's still trying to figure out this good old thing called StreamYard. Now, he wants to talk about everything. I asked him, I said, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about, he said, what's the name of the show? I said, Sports Plus Life. I said, what do you want to talk about? He said, life. I said, well, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about relationships, chicks, political climate? What? He said, all that. I'm like, oh, all that. Like, you ain't scared? I'm like, bro, you ain't scared? Because it's a lot of things to talk about. Let me see. Yo, you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta take my little tape off the screen. My fault. I forgot I had that on.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. What up, P-Dot?
What up, man? What up?
Hey, look, man, he ready. He got his goddamn Breakfast Club radio. He got his Breakfast Club headphones on. You know, morning, everybody. This is Brandon Brave on Town Speed. And we are the All Day, All Night Club. I got a special guest in the building. All right, bro. So, welcome
Word,
to Sports Plus Life. Again, when you asked me, I mean, when I told you about the podcast, you said, "Hey, I want to be on it as a guest." I gave you a look. I say, "I ain't bullshitting. Yeah, you can be on."
Word.
And when I asked you what you wanted to talk about, and you said life, and literally said everything, I said, "Okay, you need a Friday slot. This is the night.
Yeah.
This is the show because on Tuesday, during football season, I have a Tuesday show, which is we talk about both sports and life just as much, mostly centered around sports.
Right.
Friday, this is Sports Plus Life Talking ish, where we glance over sports, but it's mostly about life. Sunday after football, I have a post game show, so I'll be busy with this podcast. But this is the show where if you got something to say, you want to talk some shit, you want to air it out. You don't have to filter yourself. You don't have to be anybody but yourself. Be as comfortable as you want to be. So now, so my audience can get to know you. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I go by P Dot. Work by day as a bus driver for special needs. By night, I'm just me off the bus. Also, I do music from time to time. I produce, I engineer. I tap in a little bit with DJing, not too much. It's more so like a hobby for me. Um, I went to school at Full Sail University for music.
Okay.
But I'm self-taught. I'm self-taught with everything as far as production and audio engineering. You know, and just living life, really. You know what I'm saying? Living life and learning experiences.
And where you from?
From New York originally, Brooklyn, New York, but I'm out here. I'm out here in VA.
Well, I swear to God, New Yorkers love me. That's all I can say. New Yorkers love me. I don't know what it is. New Yorkers love me. They do. They do. It's all good. You know, where's my ex-wife from? New York. Where's where's most of her family living? New York. Where does one of my best friends in the way? My cousin David. Where is he from? New York. One of the hub drivers who's in Zone 3. He's been my boy for since I back for 20 years. Where is he from? New York. New Yorkers love me.
Okay.
He drives bus 267.
267. Okay. I'm pretty probably know him by face. You know what I mean? I don't know too many people by name, but I know plenty of people in Zone 3. So,
Yeah. Matter of fact, he was one of the dudes he was one of the my boys who convinced me to get the CDL, to get the Class B CDL.
Okay.
So he drives the sped route. For those who don't know what that means, that is, like you said, that's the special education route.
Right.
And we one day we got to talking because we both park in Hermitage. We got to chopping it up, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's okay. You cool? Well, you cool. You cool? Oh, you DJ? Yeah, you DJ? Okay.
Yeah.
So and when I said podcast, his eyes lit up. He's like, oh, word.
It definitely did because I know I like to talk, and at the same time, I'm big into watching podcasts. So to actually be on the podcast is dope. So I appreciate that.
I mean, bro, like podcast has like taken over. That's just what it is.
That's
podcast has taken over. That's taken over pretty much regular television. And the thing about it, and why is there so many podcasts? Because for one, it's free. Honestly, it's free.
Yeah.
And two, people realize that, you can create a platform for yourself. You can really any creative side or anything that you want to say and you want people to hear it, even if it's just two people watching, you can easily do it. You can have yourself on the big screen, and it's just everybody. It's so many podcasts out now. Now here's the thing: if if you're looking to get rich off of a podcast, well, therein lies kind of an issue because everybody's doing it.
Yeah,
It's like trying to get. It's
yeah,
like back in the 90s and early 2000s, or really, okay, back before everything became streaming. Everybody wanted a record deal. Everybody was trying to.
yeah, for sure,
Everybody's doing it.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm giving you a shout out on the banner. I don't know if you can see it. Oh no, not the horsehair belong on the horse's ass. That was an accident. I'm sorry. Look. Oh, and a little bit about me, homie. I'm a clown in real life.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
goofy.
Hey,
I don't know
listen,
if you pick. I
that's
don't know if you picked up on that because we be niggas be seeing each other like 6 o'clock in the morning. Niggas be
nah,
coming.
nah. I definitely picked up on it. Like, yo, bro, I saw you in the freaking in the spot doing the physical. Like, yo,
Oh,
uh,
that's right. I was
yo,
acting a
that's
fool up in that bitch.
yeah, that was
I
crazy.
was.
I was acting a fool. What you mean? Like,
Bro,
I mean,
because nigga, they was trying to sit me down because of blood pressure. And I was
mm,
like, you don't understand. The reason why my blood pressure is high is because of you.
mm.
I was like, she was a very aggressive, loud, little Asian doctor.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Her son go to Hermitage.
Oh shit. For
Yeah, her son
real.
go yeah, I know who her son is. Well, he used to go. I don't, he might have graduated last year, but her son went to Hermitage.
Bro.
He's a
Yo,
special
I
needs
checked my
kid.
shit
He's a
in the
special
morning.
needs.
I checked my he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I checked my shit in the morning before I did my run. And then once I got there, as soon as she walked in, I was like, tuk, 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 tuk. She's like, you
Mm.
have to calm down. She said, you have to. She started rubbing me on my fucking shoulders and shit. She said, she said,
He just
don't
wanted to
think.
touch you.
Yeah. she said, she said, don't think about women that give you high blood pressure. That's when I calmed the fuck down. When she said that, I started
Oh
laughing. I
man.
said, I said, you funny. She took my blood pressure right after that. She said, you're good. See?
Mm.
I was like, bet. That's when I saw you. I was like, whoo, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get it. Like for real.
Hmm.
So you're in to music.
Hmm.
Well, what is your favorite genre of music?
Um, that changes on different days. Depending on just what I'm going through mentally or even emotionally. But definitely hip hop and R&B, just depending on the day.
Any one preference more than the other?
Um, I would probably say just in my age now, more so R&B. You know what I'm saying? I have more of appreciation for R&B music now. I've already had it, but just where I'm at in my life, I'm just like, look, I listen to hip hop music or more so rap music when I'm just like I want to be put in a certain mood or when I'm just like fuck everything. You
Oh,
know, like that one day when you heard that song playing when I had the windows down. Yeah,
yeah,
that was one
yeah.
of them days. That was one of them days. So
I was like,
yeah.
nigga, is an administrator gonna come out here and say something? No, I'm just joking.
And
How long you
yeah,
been in VA?
shit, man, I've been in VA over 20 years.
Oh, so you're a Virginian now. You just talk with
Yeah,
a New
yeah,
York
yeah. Nah,
accent.
nah,
Okay.
nah. Nah, definitely. Like I tell people all
Okay.
the time, I'm a Virginia New Yorker. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Because because I see like I said, New Yorkers love me, and I can fuck with New Yorkers in a way that a lot of people can't
hmm.
because I've been around so many New Yorkers since I was about 14 years old,
Okay.
and Like I know people who were born in New York, born in Brooklyn, or born in Bronx, in the
Mm-hmm.
Bronx, and they've been here. They've been here 3/4 of their life
Mm.
since they were like small children.
Mm-hmm.
But when as soon as something about to pop off, nigga, I'm from New. I'm from, son. I'm from, and I'll
Yeah,
be like,
yeah. Nah,
what the fuck? I'm like, shut the fuck up. You are a, you
right,
know where you
right,
from? You from Highland Springs, motherfucker.
right.
Nigga.
Yeah, yeah.
You from
I
you
don't
from
do that.
you from
And not
North Side, nigga. That's
right. If I would say this, I was in New York all the way until I was about like 18 or 19 years old, like going back and forth every summer and in the winter till my mom's moved out of New York. But even then, if I had been living up there for that long, then yeah, I probably would have been like, "Yo, bro, I'm from New York. Da 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 da. Don't matter, whatever." But I don't do all of that pop off shit. I'm a calm, cool, collective dude. You know
But
what I'm
when you say
saying?
18, 19 years old, that means you spent your whole childhood up there. I'm talking about people who may have been in New York for maybe 7 years tops,
Oh damn,
to
nah,
the
nah,
beginning of their memory, and
nah.
there's something popping off, and you want to say, I'm from Brooklyn, son. I'm
Yeah,
from,
nah.
and I'm like, and I'm sitting there like,
I don't
you
do
know how,
that. I
huh?
don't do that. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, yeah.
I'm
See,
I'm I'm the type of New Yorker that I be having my homie that's from New York, that's from Brooklyn. He be like, "Nigga, you from New York today, huh?" I be like, "Yeah."
right?
He be like one. I remember this one time we went to Jadakiss concert,
Yeah,
and
man, nigga.
I had on Tim's, I had on my polo, rugby polo, everything. He like, "Bro, you looking real New Yorkish right now." I'm like, "Bro, I gotta represent." But
And there's
that's
nothing wrong with that. Like I said, you spend your childhood up there. Of course, of course,
yeah, yeah. So
of course.
I have my days that that I still represent.
So
And then,
now my next question,
mhm,
because before we start chopping it up, I have to go through the interview process, and all of this is straight freestyle.
hey, it's all
Um,
good. It's all good.
who's your favorite rapper?
Ooh, see now
Matter
I
of fact,
got
give me your top five. I want your
top.
top five.
I
Yeah.
got that already. I got that
Okay.
already. I've
Okay.
been waiting. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that.
Okay. All right. There you. There. All right.
Number one, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in this order. Number one, Big L. Um, number two, I would say Fabulous.
Ooh.
Three, Jadakiss.
Mmm.
Four, Ti. And number five varies. It just depends on who I feel like listening to that day. Um, but that could be anywhere from Talib Kweli, or it could be who else? Like Kendrick Lamar, or it could be J. Cole, you
Mm-hmm.
know, or it depending on the day, it might be Rhapsody.
Okay. See, and there was a comment that just came through that said this list is interesting. What that list tells me, and I'm saying this in my chat too. What this list tells me is that P. Dot is a lyricist. He's a fan of the true
Mm-hmm.
spoken word. He really
Mm-hmm.
pays attention to lyrics, to what you're saying, not just commercial shit. He pays attention to, he pays attention to the words that's, coming out of the speakers. And you're a true New Yorker, because I hear a lot of true New Yorkers say Big L. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And in general, you hear a lot of people say, I mean, because if you asking, like, I guess common question, for so long I've heard Big, Jay-Z. Like, I don't even have Jay-Z in my top five either.
Yeah.
I don't.
Listen, I love Jay Z's like any other New Yorker, but nah, he's not in my top five.
Right. And right. He's not in my top five either. And I I've just grown partial to Jay-Z. And that mostly has to do with shit that hearsay shit that goes on in the entertainment industry. Why I'm so
Hmm.
glad that I never took that next step. Um,
Hmm.
but okay, so now you said that you enjoy R&B, particularly at this point in time in your life, give
Mm-hmm.
me top five on that.
Ooh, that's kind of tough because
Okay, so let me be
this
specific. Let's be
genre, this
specific.
I would say this 90s R&B.
Okay, I'm gonna be specific.
All right.
Solo artists, not groups. Solo
Solo
artists.
artist.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Let
90s
me
R&B is not 90s R&B is the fucking
yeah,
king.
yeah.
That's
All
the
right.
king.
So look, let me go through my phone right quick just to kind of hold on, because I gotta know who I'm saying. I gotta say the right people. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as solo artists, I would definitely have to go with Aaliyah. Um,
Number one or number five?
nah, number one. Number
Really? Is
I
that
could put Aaliyah on and just rock out.
respect?
You know what I'm
Respect.
saying? Like from the very first album, bro. Like I
Respect.
could really put her on and rock out.
Respect.
Um, I would even go with Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna throw a curveball in there, right?
You wouldn't surprise me. Trust me when I tell you.
Babyface.
I'm a singer, bro. I'm a
I
singer.
got I gotta throw that in there,
I'm a singer.
Babyface, because I've been listening to Babyface since I was little. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, bro. Like me too.
um, Another person, I would say BJ the Chicago Kid.
I
He's
now
dope.
okay. So you have to introduce me. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta check him out. He's dope. He's definitely dope. Um, who else? Who else? I would even go with Blast from LA. He
I've
he's
heard of him.
he's
As
a
your
newer artist.
as your top five? Okay.
Not top five. He's not in my well. As far as this generation, he's in my top five. Yes, in this generation.
Okay. In this generation. Okay.
Yeah,
No, you can't go wrong with Babyface. Like you can't. You can't. No. No, that's a comment was made saying you can't go wrong with Babyface. No, you can't. No.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay. Now, because the first word in this podcast is sports, so I have to
Hmm.
ask you, who's your favorite football team?
Giants.
All right.
That's
Okay.
that's a given.
That's a given. Right.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
expecting Giants or Jets. That's a
yeah.
given.
Okay, okay.
And
Yeah,
what
I'm not a
about your
Jets fan,
basketball
but
team? Is it the Knicks?
yeah, yeah. It's the Knicks.
You
It's
know
the
the thing
Knicks.
you know what the crazy thing is? I fuck with the Knicks hard though. I really
Hmm.
do. Because one but I fuck you know one reason why I fuck with the Knicks is because of their fan base. Like I
Yeah,
love Spike Lee and
yeah,
and
yeah.
he reps to the death, but it's like I'd like we've never seen him win a chip in our lifetime. Um
Right.
and I never root against them unless they're playing the Lakers. That's really the
Hmm.
only time that's really the only time that I root against them is when they're playing when they play my Lakers.
Hmm.
Um Here's a comment saying, I feel sorry for you, P. Dot. Your team's not winning anymore. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's all
look,
right. That's all right. They Patrick, who was it? Patrick Ewing that messed it up years ago. Yeah, he did that.
hey,
He
Patrick
did that.
Ewing gave his heart and his soul to that team, though.
He did. He did. But
You know,
it is what it is.
them's be the breaks. All right,
That's.
so now I could give you my top five. I don't know. I mean, for hip hop and R&B. Where we
Do you got an order or you just random?
no, well, number one for me is Tupac. It,
Okay.
Tupac.
Okay.
Number two for me is Big. And not
Okay.
because they rapped and not because they got killed or not because of the East Coast West Coast beef, which is what I grew up on
Mm-hmm.
very young age. But when you listen to their actual music, they like listening to Tupac rap is like listening to like a ghetto narrator who just
Okay.
when you listen to him rap, you feel like you was there because
Right.
because he puts so much feeling into it.
Right.
And you know and big not much different. Big not much different.
Right.
Nas, I would have Nas at number three. I love Nas.
Okay. Okay. I love Nas too. I just for the longest time I never added him, but I'm a big Nas fan. Like even
Yeah,
though everybody probably mainly knows him from one mic, like I'm
What?
still a big Nas fan. You know what I mean?
I think,
Like because that's with me. With me, I rap too. So with me rapping, a lot of my stuff is storytelling, and that's because of Nas.
yeah, I think I Am is one of the greatest rap albums ever.
Mm,
And
okay.
that was his album after Illmatic. But
Mm-hmm.
I Am was one of those joints where I just threw in the disc and I just started
Yeah.
from one and just let it go. And not a lot of albums. I can't even count on one hand the amount of albums, whether it's hip hop or R&B, where I can literally just press play and let it go because
Right.
I literally fuck with every song. But I Am is one of them. Matter
Right.
of fact, I Am is like that album is special to me. I can't even do that with a Tupac album. Just press play and
Mm.
let it go. But
Really?
I'm serious.
Really? Because
I'm
I could
serious.
do that with Pop. I will say this. You know the double disc album that he made?
He had a couple of them. Which one? All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, All Eyes
That,
on Me.
that's pretty damn close. Yeah, that was the first. See that was the first Tupac album I got. So I have a special love for that one.
See, I never actually had the album. My father was a big Tupac fan. And
Yeah.
the first time I heard of Tupac was on cassette tape. It was Dear Mama, and it was I don't even know the name of the song, but I know how it goes.
What
I can't think
was
of.
it a fun song? Because it may have been I Get Around, round and
Nah,
round.
nah, it wasn't I Get Around. It was
Oh, ooh, child, things are gonna get
nah, not
easier.
that either. It's
Did you hear
if I
that?
could think of it, I'll let you know, but it's
Okay.
not nothing that nobody
And
would think
all of
of.
those songs came out before All Eyes on Me.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But All
that's
Eyes on
what
Me is a classic. But yeah, but
yeah.
I got Tupac, Biggie, Nas, um, um, Eminem.
Ooh. Yo, quick story about Eminem. So my brother used to work for Def Jam, right? And when Eminem first came out with his first album, I had copies of that sitting on my dresser. I had I had Eminem's first album before anybody else had it. Like me and my niece, we knew that album back and front. Like she used to know like Stan word for word.
hmm
Had that album. It was a couple other albums we had too, but definitely Eminem's first album. I had like at least 5 copies just sitting on the dresser.
It's funny you say that because when I was in my singing group, and we were with our manager at the time, we went to this producer's house, and he handed each of us a box, a long box, and it was full of Lil Wayne singles. The Block is Hot
Oh
before it
word.
came out. That's why I laughed when you said I had a bunch of those sitting on the joint because
Yeah,
that bought it back. That unlocked that. I used to have a
yeah.
box full. And you know the crazy thing is when he gave me that shit, I hated Cash Money, bro. At that point in time, like I hated Cash Money, bro. I was a no
Yo,
limit soldier at that time in my life. Like
word.
I hate, bro. But when I listened to it, and these were all cassette tapes. Remember the
Mm-hmm.
single where you had the single on one side and then the instrumental on the other side?
Yeah, yeah,
So when
yeah.
I put the bitch in my radio, I was like, "Ah, the Jonah is kind of hot. Like Jonah is kind of hot." So, and it was,
Mm-hmm.
and what the dude was telling me is like, "Dish these out, help promote this." And I was like,
Mm,
"Ooh, what is
okay.
this?" And I opened this shit up. I was like, "Man," I saw that shit. I was like, "Man," because
Yeah.
I was, I was a no limit guy. But that's funny though.
Yeah, yo, it's
Ain't that cool though? And don't you feel
not.
exclusive? Did you feel
Yeah, of
exclusive and
course,
shit like
of
that? Like,
course,
yeah,
of course. Yo, you know what's crazy though? Back then, Silk the Shocker was one of my favorite artists.
Silk the Shocker was that nigga. People
Yeah,
try to shit on
I
Silk.
didn't understand what the nigga was saying, but I liked how he rapped.
Bro, that's how people rap now. That's the crazy
Yeah,
thing about it.
yeah. But you know what made me like him even more when he did the song with Maya.
Oh yeah,
When he did the
yeah,
song with Maya, I was like, yeah, this nigga nice.
yeah. Like Silk, like honestly, Silk people be trying to shit on Silk now. Telling some he was garbage, he was trash. But the nigga only put out hits. And if you listen to the way if you listen to the way that niggas rap now, that's how he rapped back then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was popping. I mean, look. Silk has a very impressive resume. He had three straight albums uh, debut at number one. That's hard to
Mm,
do.
mm.
That's hard to do. But yeah, my number five is a tie. My number five is a tie. My number five is a tie between um it's a three-way tie between Jadakiss, um, goddamn Jadakiss, Method Man, and
Oh,
Ice Cube. No, not Method Man. Jadakiss, even though Method Man should be in there. Jadakiss, Rakim, and Ice Cube.
okay, okay, okay. Why Ice Cube?
I love West Coast rap, bro.
Okay,
I
okay,
fucked with
that's
West
fair.
Coast before I fucked with West Coast rap before I fucked with anything.
Okay,
Real talk.
okay, that's fair.
My favorite,
That's
honestly, one of those albums that I could just press play and listen to
mm-hmm.
is The Chronic.
Okay,
The
okay.
Chronic. I love West Coast rap, bro.
It's crazy because now, even though this is like years later, I'm big into West Coast rap now.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that's out now, like of course, Nipsey Hussle, Dom Kennedy,
Ken-
Blast,
Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah, like all of them dudes out there, man, I'm big on it. It's another dude named Jason Cash.
I heard, yeah.
Um,
Hey, he nice
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah, he
He
nice, he
nice.
nice, yeah,
He nice.
he nice for sure.
Like honestly, I was on before I fell in love with No Limit. I love Death
Mm,
Row, man. And this
mm,
is when I was a little ass boy. I
mm,
love Snoop. I love Dre. I love Dog Pound, Corrupt, Daz, Nate Dogg,
mm.
Warren G. I love all of them niggas, but I also love Q, E40, them like
Mhm.
and 40, like low key 40 is one of my favorite rappers too, because he just be saying the craziest shit.
Yeah, yeah, he do. He do.
Yeah, 40,
He do.
40 be
Like
saying the
40,
craziest
40
shit.
got a lot of game though. He got a lot of game. Like if you really catch on to what he's saying, he
Yeah.
giving niggas a lot of game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, as far as R&B goes, I'm so heavy into that. I couldn't. I'd have to break it down into top five male artists, top five female artists, top
Okay.
five groups.
Okay.
That's how
I want to change my last person too on the R&B. I'm gonna change it to Dwelle.
Dwelle.
Yeah.
See, you got to put me on to some game with this.
Ah man, you on the yo, I
You got to
bet
put
you
me
when
on
you
to some game.
I bet you when you hear Dwelle, you're gonna be like, oh, I know exactly who that is. Bro,
I
it's
probably would.
he an artist that people sleep on. My boy was listening to him when I was in Full Sail. And I'm like, yo, who that? He like, yo, that's Dwelle. And I'm like, who is Dwelle? He like, nigga, you don't know who this is? And then he played me his hit song. And I'm like, oh, I know that song. So ever since
Okay.
then, I've been listening to his music. But
Okay.
he's more like that soulful, chill vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you. Like some, I want some like Jaheim type stuff.
yeah, but to me, a little bit more smoother than Jaheim.
Music soul child type.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
See with that, I would have to go into my bag. With that, I could only tell you who my number one favorite male R&B artist is. My number one favorite female R&B artist is. My number one favorite groups. Like I think like the niggas may not want to hear this, but R. Kelly is the king when it comes to
Okay.
R&B. It just
Okay.
niggas may not want to hear it,
Okay.
but
Okay.
but
I know. Yo, I know. I understand, and I know why you say that. You know, it's crazy though. I got a story. So, with R. Kelly name being Robert, right?
mhm.
So, one of my teachers in my lab class, his name was Robert. But the crazy thing, he told us the story of the Chocolate Factory album. R. Kelly recorded that in Orlando. My teacher was his engineer. So my
Wow.
my teacher got a Grammy off of engineering that album.
And
He
that
said
album
R.
was
Kelly. He said R. Kelly came out there originally for like supposed to be 3 months to record. He wound up staying out there for 6 months. So that whole time he was doing the Chocolate Factory album, all them remixes he was doing back then, like I'm a Flirt and all that. He did all of that
Mhm.
in the studio at with my teacher.
That's
And my teacher,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. Like I know niggas don't like to hear it, but it's like if you're gonna cancel one person, if you look at the way these niggas behave in the entertainment industry, you might as well cancel all of them niggas.
Yeah,
Because the price of
yeah.
fame is something that we probably didn't want to ever find out, but it is what it is. I think R.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly is when it comes to that R&B shit, he's the greatest R&B. Michael Jackson, he's the greatest of pop, greatest entertainer. I think the Bad album is the greatest album ever.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10 songs on the album, 9 of them were number one hits. Let that
Mm.
sink in.
I like what's that? I think it's Butterfly. Is that the album?
No, that was
Yep.
on the Invincible album. Yeah,
Okay.
that came out in 2001.
Okay. Well, yeah, that album I like. I
And here's the
definitely
crazy
gotta.
thing about the Invincible album. That was his last album on Sony. They tried to flatline that album because
Mm,
that was his last album. He wasn't going to re-sign with Sony. He wanted his independence. So
right.
that Invincible album didn't do as well as it should have because they didn't promote it the way they should have because they
Mm-hmm.
were angry at him for wanting to
Mm,
leave Sony and leave Sony with owning all of his publishing.
right.
See,
Yeah.
when you do
All.
business that smart, when you do business that smart as an artist, you know what happens to you? You die. I ain't
Mm,
bullshitting. You die.
mm-hmm.
It's no coincidence. Michael Jackson was gone at 50. Dangerous was a good album too. That was the album with It's Black, It's White, It's Just You and Me. That was the album he did after Bad. To me, like I said, Bad is the greatest album ever, in my opinion, because that's the one with Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, Man in the Mirror, Liberian
Mm-hmm.
Girl, Speed Demon, Dirty Diana. Like I said, literally every song on that album was a single, except for
Mm-hmm.
one track.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so
Um,
not to cut you off, but you know
Pretty
the
good.
what's that song? Billie Jean.
Yeah,
So Bruce Sweden came to my school
really.
and he told us the story about that.
That's because you went to school in New York. Y'all had those
Nah,
privileges.
nah, nah. I went to school Full Sail in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
came because they would always have like special guests coming in like every month. But Bruce
Right.
Sweden came through. He had his book and everything. I got an autograph book from him. But he told us the story about Billie Jean. Basically, that story goes that Michael Jackson had just came off a tour, and this girl was in his pool in his backyard, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" She was like, "Oh, I'm here to see you." She said, "Why?" She said, "I'm pregnant." And she was like, "It's your baby." And she was like, "That's not my baby." So
But
that's
the
that's
kid
how.
is not my son.
Yes, the
Hey,
kid
that
is
makes
not my
sense.
son. Yeah, that's how that story came about. The girl was in his pool and she told him she was pregnant by him. But he said when he did that song, if it was either that song or another song on that same album, he did like 30 something takes of the same exact song because he just kept thinking that it because he's such a perfectionist, he kept thinking it wasn't right. And from doing as many takes as he did, he went with the second take.
See, we were such fanboys and girls, and that mind you, Billie Jean came out before either of us was born.
Hmm.
Um, but now, like I'm thinking, literally, all the words hit different now with the story you just told me. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my. God damn it! Oh, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. It
Hmm.
all makes sense. So y'all dead that child bullshit with Michael Jackson. I mean,
Yeah,
that all makes sense, bro.
yeah.
That all makes sense. Now, as far as music group goes, Boyz II Men is my favorite, and Drew Hill is one.
Yeah, yeah. I could understand that 100%.
I met them, bro. I sung with them at the MGM Grand
Oh
in National
yeah.
Harbor. Oh my gosh, I was like such. I was such a little bitch. Hey, look,
Yo.
hey, bro. Afterwards, I was such a little bitch. I was like, oh my god, Nathan, Sean, Wanye. I was, yo. I ain't lying, bro. Because um, I had I had a hookup. You know, one of my managers at my job at the time, she was cool with him. Now I went up
Mm.
there with my niggas, and I was like, man, I got to see this to believe it. So when we got there, they had just got on stage, and she waved at him, and they waved back. I was like, oh shit! So they singing "End of the Road,"
Mm.
and they passing the mic out, and she's like pointing at me. She says, "And goddamn, Nathan passed me that mic." And I was like, hold up, bro. Wait a minute. I started singing my ass off, bro. I was
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, they was like, mm-hmm. It's like, keep going. Like, although we've come to the end of the road. It was like, keep going. I was like, nigga, I was like, what? Like, that
Mm.
was so crazy. Like, it's like I was such a fanboy in that moment that when I left to head back to Richmond, I was driving, but I didn't even feel like I was driving, nigga. I felt like I was
You was floating.
I was floating, bro. I did. I felt, yo, I had pictures with him and everything else. I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened? This was
Yeah.
for the grand opening of that casino, December 2016.
Oh wow.
Man,
Wow.
and they fucking tour manager started talking to me and shit. They was like,
Mm.
man, if the bus won't full, did we do this, that, and the third? At that point, I was like, bro, I don't even give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I proved my point. At that point, honestly, at that point, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I had proven my point.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even realize my sister was in the fucking crowd at the joint.
Oh. Oh wow.
I'm serious. So when I walk out the joint, my sister run up to me, hug me. I heard him singing. I said, I knew that voice. I was like, that's my brother. like that shit was crazy. That shit was nuts. Like
Mm.
I couldn't believe the shit. I was, you know, so when I tell you, Drew Hill is 1A. Drew Hill is 1A in my book. And like you said, 90s R&B.
Yeah. Yeah.
90s R&B is a class by itself, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Like one of my favorite songs as far as female artists is Weak.
SWV.
Yep. And
Yeah.
it's I don't know if it's just the words or if it's the keys, just that dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun. Like I taught myself how to play that. That's how
That's
much
what's
I
up.
like that song.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's like females. Oh, now see, my favorite female artist is now and will forever be Whitney Houston.
Okay. Okay.
Like like Whitney. Oh my god! Like I literally when she passed, I cried. I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I cried. Here I am, a nigga in his 20s. So they find like I was heartbroken, man. Like
Mm.
I love Whitney.
Mm.
It's not Beyonce or anything else like that. No, I mean,
Mhm.
frankly, I'm tired of her. I'll be honest with you. She has great songs. Don't get me wrong. She has great songs she can sing. But to me, Whitney was, you know, Whitney was in a class by herself. It was only one person that could match her class to me, and that was Mariah. Um, Matter of fact, I have a YouTube playlist that I made, DJ Brave Easy, Whitney versus Mariah. That was one of the first playlists I put on YouTube. Like I was making verses before them niggas was doing the COVID. I've been doing verses mixtapes since I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, all jokes aside, because I would do them shits on cassette tapes, and then I started burning them on CDs. I would do Tupac versus Biggie, Boyz II Men versus Drew Hill, East versus West, Whitney versus Mariah. I did all of those shits when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And all I've done is put them on the internet, and I'm like, so when Versus first came out, I was like, you motherfuckers. I was like, God damn. I was 20 years ahead of my time with that shit. But I mean, I haven't had a music conversation like this on the show, probably to this extent, probably ever, to be honest with you. So this is fun.
What makes you choose? Because I remember you said Biggie was one of your favorites too, right?
Yeah, number 2 for me.
What makes you choose Biggie?
Now, Biggie didn't have a lot of quantity because he was cut down so short, right. But the quality of Biggie's stuff, like Ready to Die and Life After Death, are like all timers, all time. But I'm gonna tell you, like, as much as I fuck with Big, there's another rapper, a New York rapper, who to me never gets the respect that he truly got as a lyricist because he's tied to too many people. And that's Method Man.
Oh, okay. Nah, no, most definitely.
He's but you know what? So many people.
They gave him I think Lyricist of the Year a few years back. I don't know if you know about Griselda.
Yeah.
But he did a song with Conway, I think it was. And it was either Conway or Benny the Butcher. But
Benny the Butcher is nice too, though.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Both of them. But he did a song with either one of them, and his verse was so fire that they gave him like Lyricist of the Year for Method Man.
Like when you list and I'm talking about, I had Meth solo album, of course, because like when I say tied to so many people, Wu-Tang, and then Redman, and Redman is another one.
Yeah.
Did you know that Redman dropped the album in December of last year?
Yeah. This you talking about the part 2 of what is that? The Redemption, I think.
Yeah, the joint with the we on that bullshit and
yeah. He got a part 2.
Bro,
yeah. I haven't fully sat and listened to it. But I heard because I watched his interview. Matter of fact, it was an interview he had on a podcast, and he was talking about how he went to different producers to do this album because he wanted to change up the trajectory. And
that whole album is
just nasty. I heard the production is fire on there.
The whole album, bro, is nasty. The last track is like 8 minutes long. He has nothing but Jersey rappers on there.
Yeah. I remember him saying that.
He went and got Queen. He got Naughty by Nature. He even got Shaq on the bitch.
Shaq, people sleep on Shaq.
No, Shaq can rap.
Shaq can rap. Yeah. People sleep on him.
Shaq can rap, but like that whole but Big, but going back to Big, the quality of his music was so, was just with Big and Pop, it was like people really, and unfortunately, it's the way the society is. You don't appreciate. You don't really appreciate people until they're gone.
Right.
But also, unfortunately, that's the casualty of the industry, unfortunately. But yeah, I have Big, I mean, because again, Tupac, I could listen to Tupac and like I said, and I could close my eyes, listen to Tupac and visualize everything he's talking about. I can visualize everything he's talking about.
Yeah.
Even the diss tracks. And that's kind of the way I feel when I put Cube in there. Now, Tupac's wordplay was better, but Cube was around the same level when it comes to storytelling. Like you said, you like storytelling.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Tupac, Nas, that's what Ice Cube is and to another. That's what Snoop is. That's they're
Yeah.
storytellers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I love Big, man. I do. I just think about what the rap game would be like if they never got cut down.
Mm-hmm.
There would be a lot of rappers who are prominent, who have been prominent over the last 25 years, who wouldn't have been prominent.
Yeah, yeah. That's been talked about for decades now, though. Like just
It
saying
always
just
will
that,
be.
just saying that in general.
But
That
you
is.
you you said a rapper that what makes me that I'm curious, and no issue with it because I love him as a rapper too. But Ti,
Hmm. Now the reason why I say Ti is because first of all, Ti track record is crazy. Second, people don't understand that Ti actually has lyrics. Like he's lyrical. It's just in his own way because he's so southern with his accent and
is slang.
his slang. Yeah, the way he
Yeah.
cuts his words short and everything. But Ti is actually lyrical. Like he's nice. People sleep on him, but from urban legend, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to Ti versus Tip. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got a bunch of them joints. Matter of fact, on my phone, I got probably almost every album that he's made. Actually, I think I do have every album. Like I'm that much of a fan of Ti. Like I rock with Ti. I've had Ti's album back when I was in high school on bootleg. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh shit.
I had the homie, you know what I mean, make me a bootleg copy. I had a couple
You
of
had
them
half of
joints.
the cover on there.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
have a cover. It was just a
Okay.
CD.
So written with a Sharpie.
Yeah,
Ti
exactly. That's
Urban
that's
Legend.
exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. But since then, I've been a fan of his. I've been a fan of his. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching the videos and then like seeing Rubber Band Man and just how he articulates the story of what he's rapping about. You know what I'm saying? And then just seeing his hustle and his grind now up until this point, it's like, yeah, he deserves his flowers too. He does.
So in a versus, Ti versus Jeezy, what because we were originally supposed to get that, but
Hmm.
instead we got Gucci versus Jeezy.
Hmm.
So Ti versus Jeezy, what how do you think that goes? Because they need to bring verses back. They do.
Yeah, that would be dope. Uh See, I'm a Jeezy fan, but I can't. I'm gonna be honest. I can't say that I'm a Jeezy fan as much as I am as a Ti fan. I know Jeezy got a track record. I know he does, but I never sat and really just got into Jeezy's music. All I really know, to be honest, is Thug Motivation 101. I know that like the back of my hand. You know what I'm
Thug
saying?
motivate. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I know the other hit songs he has, but I know he got a track record as well. Um, but as far as that going, I honestly I would think Ti would take it. I think Ti would take it on the verses.
They need to bring that back because that would definitely be epics. But do you know why they got rid of, and I don't know if I'm correct, but you know one reason why they got rid of verses?
Wow.
I'm about to show you. Oh, I'm about to show you.
What was it? The Dipset versus the Locks
No, that
joint?
was that was that was amazing. That was amazing. This.
Some people wish to be a superstar, wish to have a fancy car, wish to have $1,000,000. Well, I wish I know being in love. So tell me, pretty baby, I make one wish and I wish it all on you. Oh, 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 oh. Making love to the break of dawn, me and you to the baby's born, till my baby's born. Yo, say, come on.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
To my
yeah.
baby's born.
I
To my
I would have
baby's
got rid of
born.
it too.
To my baby.
You
I would have
said
got rid
what?
of it too. See, it always be them R&B artists to ruin shit. That's like that's like Drew Hill. Drew Hill is the reason why the label stopped paying for videos to get made. Cause them niggas was doing too much.
Hey, hey,
They
hey!
was
There's no Drew Hill slander on it. No, go ahead.
they was doing too much with the music videos. Cisco wanted to be on dragons flying everywhere and shit. Like they was paying too much money for that shit. So they stopped paying for
Oh,
music videos.
he said Cisco wanted to be on the dragon from the Never Ending Story.
Like, yo,
Oh shit!
that's crazy. I didn't even see that verses.
That
I didn't even
was that
yo,
versus was
horrible.
Omarion versus Mario,
Nah, you might as well just
and
say it was horrible. They
and
shouldn't have
the
did that.
the the um the acts before that was Bobby Valentino, Pleasure P, Sammy, Ray J, and they pretty much made a fool of themselves.
Mm. Nah,
And
Ray J was the main one. That
now the
man,
Locks and Dipset, that was awesome. That was
it was
great.
awesome, but
Jadakiss
it,
had his Jordan flu game moment.
yeah, most definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. It would have been better though if Cam would have, participated more.
He
But
can't he yeah, well Cam showed up late. Like,
yeah,
and then that to me, my favorite verses was Dipset versus the Locks, and actually Bone Thugs versus 3-6.
I didn't see that, but
That one they got the
one of
fighting in that joint.
oh, I didn't see that. One of my favorites was the Ja Rule joint. Ja Rule versus who he went against.
Was that when it was still on screen, or was that a live joint?
No, I think that was live. I think that was live because that was when Nelly and Ashanti reconnected. Cause Nelly couldn't help himself. He saw Ashanti and walked over there like, yo, what's
And now the
up?
niggas is married.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
a
It was
baby and
yo,
shit.
all of that shit, it happened live because all of that, everybody was talking about that for the rest of the week. How when Nelly saw Ashanti, he was because he even said it, he was like, damn. But they caught it on camera. He was like, shit, she looked good. Then he walked over there and gave her a hug or whatever he did. And yeah,
It
now they
worked.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that to me, that was one of the better ones. With Ja Rule when he did his joint.
Um, Now I gotta pick your brain about some of the other shit that goes on in the world,
Okay.
like this political climate. And we all know what happened last week in Utah with the Charlie Kirk thing. I came
Mm-hmm.
on here last week and I said that I don't condone people celebrating somebody's death,
Mm-hmm.
trolling about somebody's death, because to me, you just don't do that.
Right. Right.
But at the same time, I will not celebrate him
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know much about old boy until what happened.
Right.
And listening to what he was talking about, I definitely would not have been. I definitely was not a fan.
Right.
So for them to, and now I don't know if you've heard that. I'm sure you have, that they've taken Jimmy Kimmel off of the air because of comments that
Yeah.
he made. And
Yep.
what they're going to put in his place one day is a 1 hour special honoring Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, only in America are you going to have a 1 hour special honoring a white supremacist? Now, I don't think Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him, particularly with his wife and his kids there. But again, I'm calling a spade a spade. He was a
Mm-hmm.
white supremacist.
That's what they saying.
How do you feel about that whole situation, bro?
I try not to get into politics because that's a whole nother story in itself. But
It is.
I mean, for what he did, it wasn't right. But I will say this: as long as, and this is just my opinion, as long as Trump continues to be in the White House, a lot of these people who are supremacists or just racist in general, they're gonna keep feeling like they could do what they want to do and get away with it. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? It ain't right by no means. And then even with Trump, taking away with Jimmy Kimmel show, like like how you so mad that you suspend one person's show and the other person you take away their show because they making jokes about you. Like they talk about every president since they've been on. You know what I'm saying? Like they've talked about Obama. Like, come on. You talked about Obama. Like, yo, what?
But it's okay when you do it, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's okay when you do it, but you got to be sensitive. What? Because you got money? Like, come on, bro. Like, sit down somewhere and enjoy life. Like, you 80 years old, bro. Go,
Right.
go, go do what 80-year-old people do and go to the store on Tuesdays and shop.
And take a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as this whole nonsense killing shit, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's out of hand, and it it needs to be stopped. But who can really stop it? As long as he's in the White House and people feel like they have a power behind them, they're gonna keep doing what they doing. Like I've noticed now more than anything, you can go into a store and like the other day, prime example, I was in Marshalls and this lady seemed like she was in her little business outfit or whatever, but she was shopping in the store. I'm in the men's section, right by the boxes and the cologne and all of that, like
Mm-hmm.
the body wash and all of that. I'm standing there and this lady is steady pushing her cart towards me. And because I didn't move out of her way, she decided to back out of the aisle and go the other way versus just saying excuse me. I'm like, damn, it really bothered you that much to say excuse me so you can go through the aisle? But that's how people are now,
I'm
you know.
assuming that this lady was Caucasian.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
100%.
no question. Um, you should have, oh Lord, if you would have seen the show last year when the elections and stuff was going on, I had a guy come on here every Friday. He was my conspiracy theorist guy.
Mm.
And his conspiracy theorist was heavy. There's some things he was right on, there's some things he was wrong on. But I've had a couple people come on here that, feel so strongly and passionate about what they say. But with this one particular person, if you disagree with him, he he insults your intelligence. And I'm like, wait a minute, nigga.
Mm.
Like, for one, some things you have said have come to fruition, some things haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And, why do you feel that nobody should challenge you? The segment was conspiracy theories with said person.
Right.
Fun segment.
Right.
Because he told me Abraham Lincoln was fighting vampires. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah, that
but it's
man was
like,
on drugs.
but it's like, and I do when I get told something like that, I do my research. I'm like, damn. And you can actually find articles where it will, back that stuff. But be that as it may, I would tell him all the time, when you come on here and you say outlandish stuff, people are going to challenge you on it. Why do you get so offended? I'm like, are you built for this or not?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to understand, when you are saying a conspiracy theory, there are going to be some people who believe it. There are going to be some people who aren't. His main phrase was, we're watching a movie. I say, okay. I've heard that phrase said a lot over the past few months, and I'll give flowers. But what I will say is, if you come on here and you say something and somebody challenges you, and then all of a sudden you shut your camera down, I'm going to call you a fuck nigga behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm wrong, you can fact check me. I can take it. That's cool. But it's like, if you're wrong, no, but you have the mentality of it's impossible to be wrong, especially about this political shit. And America is getting to a place where we're less and less free every day. And the only reason why I talk about this is because I have 2 young children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have one 14-year-old and one 9-year-old, and I
When
want
you
things.
when you say we're less and less free, what do you mean exactly?
Well, the Jimmy Kimmel thing is, I think, a great example. He didn't say anything belligerent, or to me anyway, and
Right.
he pretty much lost his job just for having an opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, do you watch The Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I don't watch it often, but I
Did you hear about
definitely
that
know.
Dame Dash interview that happened this week?
Nah, I didn't. That's something I got to go
That
back and
shit was
watch.
messy. That shit was
Yeah.
messy from start. Let me give you an example.
Let me see. Can I talk? Can I land the plane? Let me land the plane. I can't wait. Let me land the plane. So I'm thinking to myself, either you got a crush on this man or he's paying you. One or the other. Did you buy that shirt? Yeah. You went and bought that. They didn't give it to you as much as you say nice things. To support black business? I doubt you bought that shirt. What you mean? Anyway, so I think you're gay. I'm sorry. And I think you're broke. Okay. I think that. I do have a question. I think that. And no disrespect to gay, I just think you're broke. Like I saw, and that bothers you so much to get called broke by people. I got you. I do have a question. I'm sure it does. Right? How do you think Dan's broken?
Oh shit!
Oh shit! This is the question though. Can I make my other announcement? Yeah. I have a.
Dame Dash told Charlamagne, "I think you're gay." Charlamagne said, "I think you're broke."
It's true. It's true. He is broke. That right there, that was clickbait. Dame Dash knew what the hell he doing. People been saying Charlamagne was gay for years. They've been saying that shit for years, so it's not like that's new.
Oh shit!
It's not even nothing to talk about anymore. You know what I mean? Like they've been saying that shit since the 90s with him. But
For
it's
real?
not nothing. Yes, they've been calling that nigga gay for years. A bunch of rap artists that been on Breakfast Club been calling that nigga gay.
Oh yeah, I've seen him get like absolutely pumped on the Breakfast Club. Like,
yeah, but like I said,
yeah,
it's not nothing to talk about no more. It's that's done and over with. They been talking about him when he was with Wendy Williams. You know what I mean? When he was on her show.
and Dame Dash said that too. He said, "Your OG isn't Wendy Williams." He said, "My OG is right here, sitting behind me." That whole hour and 18-minute interview.
Like I said, that was
messy
clickbait.
as fuck.
That was clickbait. First of all, Dame Dash is a hater. Second of all, that was clickbait. He knew just by saying that shit, everybody was gonna click on that shit. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that shit was strategic. That seemed like some shit 50 would do.
Well, what Dame Dash said, and see, I can't play much of the interview because Breakfast Club will flag me.
Mm-hmm.
But what he was saying was that Dame Dash was saying that he was the new chairman of Revolt, the network Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
Charlamagne said, "You lying," and Revolt came out the next day and said he's not the chairman. Everybody the next day was calling, just speaking on that interview with Charlamagne and Dame Dash, because like I said, it was literally the entire interview was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, nigga, if you got 30 minutes in, you heard niggas saying that he was gay, I'll punch you in the face and shit like that. It's like, well, damn. Like, okay, I get it. This is what we're doing. Okay. Now, you said you don't watch it that often.
Nah, every once in a while I might catch it or run into a clip or something.
Yeah, when I saw Dame Dash on there, I was like, this should be interesting. Because Dame has a very narcissistic
Yeah,
personality,
yeah,
and
100%.
Charlemagne will push your buttons.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Now, here's one thing that we also talk about on here from time to time is we talk about relationship status. What the hell is going on with these relationships? Matter of fact, have you noticed? And I'm just, I'm just for sake of the chat, I
Hmm.
didn't prep P dot on anything. These are questions he's hearing for the first time. Do you think that there's an agenda out to kill masculinity?
Yep,
Explain
yep.
why.
Um, well, for one, I think the agenda is not just to clear masculinity, but it's to remove men and period, period from women. Because and this is just my personal opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
but what I feel that women don't understand what they're doing is by being narcissistic, being manipulative, just those two things by itself. They don't realize that they're slowly shooting themselves, like they slowly killing themselves. And what I mean by that is they're taking this uh they taking this whole independency of being a woman and not needing a man to a whole nother level, to where they don't realize that by the time these women, if they make it to 40, they gonna be single as hell. They gonna be the same ones that was out playing all the games and all that shit. That they gonna get to a point where they gonna be like, oh, I wish I had a man. Oh, where's the good man at? Y'all ran the good man away because y'all say
Say it again.
y'all ran a good man away. Y'all say y'all wanted a good man, and when y'all got it, y'all weren't emotionally involved enough to receive what the good man was giving you. Y'all weren't able to comprehend it.
I didn't say that, chat. Okay, you've heard me say it plenty of times, but this came from a different voice. I'm just saying.
It's a lot of, and this is again, this is just my opinion, but it's a lot of women who are not emotionally
Stable.
evolved or stable to deal with a real relationship. Like it's sad that it's women out there that are actually telling other women like, yo, you don't need no man. You don't need no nigga. Oh, if he broke up with you, leave him where he at. Oh, let that be that. Yo, it's done. It's over with. It's this, it's that. You like what? What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Like, first of all, I don't know if you on TikTok, right? I don't be on TikTok like that.
Mhm.
I get on every
Me
once in a
neither.
blue just to kind of check messages or whatever the case may be. But do you have, for anybody who is on TikTok, have you not realized within this year alone and within last year how much they have been creating sex toys for women that are only for women? They're trying to remove men from women. Like they got a whole sex thing that's for women that actually spreads their legs. But yet, where the men at? They not introducing it as, oh, use this toy for, or use this gadget or whatever it may be for a man, to use with a man. N- 9 times out of 10, what they selling is sex toys specifically for women, for them to use on themselves. Yeah, women got enough sex toys as it is. Like, for real, y'all really are getting to the point where y'all are. Yo, I seen recently, I think it was last month. I just came across it. there was a video of a bunch of men, black men, who all came together as a congregation saying that they are tired and that they are fed up. They are tired of dealing with women that are manipulative and controlling and everything else under the sun. Like men, black men are now speaking up for themselves. Like, yo, we tired of this. Yo,
Well,
bro,
we should.
I was talking to my bus aide the other day, and the reason why I brought this, I had even brought it up, is because I don't know if you saw this, but YG just came out and said that he was sexually molested. He was raped when he was younger, when he was like 15 or 16 years old.
I didn't see
By
that.
yeah, well, he was 14. He's 14, and the woman who raped him was 30. He got a song about it. It's
I can
called,
believe
I
it.
think it's called 2004. And he was just talking about it. He was like, yo, he didn't know it for so many years. He didn't realize he was raped. I was talking to my bus aide and I said, yo, do you realize that a lot, and I'm not, listen, I'm not blaming women, but I'm just speaking on what I've taken notice to. Do you realize that a lot of these men, especially men that are incarcerated, the reason why that they are the way they are when they get out of jail and all they want to do is fuck a bitch, all they do is go after a certain amount of women, you know, that's just their thing. Do you realize that the reason why that is because probably 80% of the men have been either sexually assaulted or raped when they were younger from a woman? And
Well,
women don't even realize that they are the
they don't like
cause
to
of
own
it.
it either.
Yeah, they the cause of it. They're the cause of it. Jeezy came out and said it in the interview with what's her Nia Long. She
Hmm.
was like, what's your trauma that you could speak on? He was like, when he was a child, he was sexually assaulted by a girl who was a babysitter.
So was R. Kelly.
Yes, so was
Um,
by his sister.
um, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, and he made a song about it too. You know what the name of that song was called?
What?
Dirty Diana.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard about that too.
Yeah,
She got him. She got
yeah,
him when he was the teenager.
yeah.
Yep.
So, but see, here's the difference. The difference is most dudes that run into those situations, and I'm not gonna front, I'm not gonna hold. I don't talk about this. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the podcast before, but yeah, it happened to me.
Mm,
It happened to me multiple times.
really?
Yeah, it happened to me multiple times. The difference with me is, and no, I can say no, I never talked about this on the podcast. It happened to me multiple times. The difference is that sometimes I was uncomfortable,
And sometimes you
sometimes I
wasn't.
was comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
I'm being
look,
real.
as no, I get it. I get it. As a boy, as a man, whatever term you want to use, if you know, I'll put it like this: if you know about sex at a young age, not what it is, but about it, then yeah, you're gonna be like, well, shit, what does this feel like? And then when that happens to you, you're not gonna sit there and be like, no, stop, get off me, don't do this. You're gonna be like, oh shit, this kind of feel
And
good.
and I'm talking, yeah, and I'm not. And while you was naming people that happened to teenagers, I'm talking about this shit was happening to me when I was like 7,
And that's what I'm saying.
8.
Most of these niggas that's in jail, this shit happened to them around that same age when they
Yeah,
like 6, 7 years old.
yeah. And I'm not gonna say no names because it's no point. I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. I'm not gonna try to get nobody in trouble because I remember. I don't know if you've seen this video where Lil Wayne is talking about with a group of people what happened to him when he was like 11 years old,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
and he
Whatchamacallit
was
said it himself.
he said, he said, yeah, I got raped. He said, and I loved it. And I'm not gonna sit here and say at 7 years old I felt like that because I
Mm-hmm.
felt weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the difference is that that shit will happen to men, and most of the time, either we ain't gonna say nothing because we partly liked it,
Right.
and two, who gonna believe us?
Exactly.
Like women think that they
Exactly.
just have the complex of, oh, this man is so powerful, and he, he has this much of power, that much of power. Who's gonna believe me? Well, young boys go through the same thing. Who's gonna believe me?
Right.
Who is
Right.
going to
And then
believe me?
and then at the same time, because we're young boys or young men, we supposed to just shut up about it.
You're supposed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because it'll be another dude our age, maybe a little bit older, and say, I wish that happened to me.
That shit sounds so stupid, but it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So I mean, that shit happened to me a lot. I didn't tell my mother until I was like 25 years old. And I
Mm.
and I still
Did,
don't know to this
did,
day if she believed me.
oh, I was about to ask you, did she believe you?
And I told her, and when I told her, I said, I don't know why I'm telling you this. The conversation that came up,
Mm-hmm.
the conversation somehow it came up about something. And I was just like, oh, well, Dr. I used to do that to me all the time. And she's like, what? I was like,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like, yeah.
But see,
Well, why
that's
didn't
what
you
I'm
tell me
saying.
then? I just like, why didn't you tell me this then? Would you
Right.
believe me?
Exactly.
I said, and part of it, it's a whole detail thing that I'm not even gonna get into here.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was details to it, which is why I didn't say anything. It was no blackmail or anything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it was details of why I didn't say anything. And I was like, if I saw, I'd be like, if I saw her today,
Mm-hmm.
would I feel some type of way at her? No. If I saw her today, a matter of fact, you know what I'd probably say to her?
Thank
I'm
you.
not a little boy no more.
Oh.
Being
Mm,
honest, I probably say I ain't a little boy no more.
mm.
You know, there was a lot of places that was touched where I was
Mhm.
like, you jump,
Yeah,
you know.
that ain't funny, but I get what you're saying.
Look, no, bro, look, I got a sense of humor like no other. I would laugh at that shit if it was me. I was like, huh. I'm not making this shit up.
Mm. But yeah, bro,
But
like I
but
said,
that's what I would say. I would say I ain't a little boy no more. Now
this,
when I was 20, now when I was 21, yeah, somebody straight that a chick straight up took it from me.
yo,
Straight up.
I seen a video of that one time on World Star, and the dude, I think he was in college, and the dude got raped by some woman,
Yeah.
and he was crying.
I
He
wasn't
was
crying.
crying like
I was too incoherent.
real tears, and the dude was like, "Yo, what the fuck you crying for, bro?" He's like, "Bro, you don't understand. Like, she just took my shit and just did whatever she wanted to." But women don't realize, like, men are vulnerable too. Men, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah, and the thing is that, now I first of all I make PSAs all the time and say stay away from OnlyFans. It's a weapon against particularly young, successful black dudes.
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans is a fucking weapon. Um, there is an agenda out there to kill toxic masculinity because there's a gay agenda out there. And I see your face. I don't have anything against the gay community, the LGBTQ community. My issue with that is stop trying to influence kids. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I agree and I disagree with you. Reason why I say both is because are they still pushing the gay agenda to an extent? It used to be real heavy some years ago. it's not as heavy anymore because I feel like what's done is what's done. But with this whole, and I know this is going into a whole nother universe for what I'm about to say,
Yeah.
but with the whole transgender situation, that's the new push for the kids. That's the new push. But this whole masculinity thing, yeah. Like, first of all, I understand women wanting to take back what was taken from them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, as far as what men put them through. But these women don't realize how much more dangerous they are than men.
They
Yes,
don't.
yes, they do hurt. I'm not saying that it's fair. It's not fair on neither side. However, they don't realize that when they hurt a man, it hurts worse than them being hurt.
No question. No question. And
Shoot.
you know, I say that because there are actually LGBTQ clubs in high school.
Mm,
High schools that we service.
mm,
And
no.
again, my issue with that is whether you realize it or not, you're promoting sexuality to minors because you have an LGBTQ club. You don't have a heterosexual club
Mm,
because but you're calling it inclusion. But intimacy plays a part in realizing that that's your preference.
mm-hmm,
Now, we were teenagers. We were curious as fuck. We
mm-hmm,
can figure that out on our own. We
mm-hmm.
don't need help from because man, look, you think if there was a heterosexual club in Highland Springs when I was in school, do you think that would go over well?
No.
No, because in high school I didn't need help. I didn't need anybody pushing me to be to do sexual things because I was already doing them.
Mm-hmm,
You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So I don't
There,
like that, and I don't like that agenda when it comes to children. Like
there was a teacher at Crestview
I believe it.
who who she was part of that community. And this lady, I used to look at her like, yo, what are you doing? Cause
That's
she would wear t-shirts that say support trans kids. And yo,
see
she would have all kind of messages on her shirts that she would wear. And I'm like, yo, you're doing too much. I
way too
understand
much,
you're part of that community and everything, but you're doing too much. Like
way too much,
you got these kids that are looking at you or looking up to you, and you're pushing this onto them. Like y'all not even allowing the kids to become an adult
bro. That's
before
a
they make the
fucking elementary
decision.
school. That's a fucking elementary
and,
school,
and guess what, she left the school. Why? Because she said, oh, it was something that was a part of her health. It wasn't a part of her
it
health.
wasn't part of the health.
The teachers finally spoke up about that shit.
Yeah,
And she left because she couldn't take that shit.
yeah, yeah. Like, come on, bro. Are you serious? Right? Are you serious right now? You know, again, I don't, whatever your preference is, that's your preference. However you want to live your life, live your life. If you like it, I love it for you. But leave kids the fuck out of it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't support heterosexual behavior being promoted to minors. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I was a teenager. Like particularly when you're in high school, you're gonna get curious and want to experience that shit yourself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So like the notion of that being okay, again, for one, you're killing masculinity, you're trying to kill masculinity at the set, but at the set, but in the same token, you talk about black kids in particular of how many fatherless households that black kids have to grow up in, but at the same time you're promoting it, but you got women out there saying you don't need a man. Hold on, which one is it?
Right.
Are you saying we need 2-parent households, or women, you don't need a man? Which one?
Right.
Which the fuck one is it?
Right.
It's a big ass double standard. It's a big ass contradiction. Because I'm gonna tell you, one group of people who do not get the credit that they deserve are black fathers who step up and do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because make no mistake about it, we only make up a small amount of the fucking population in this country. As many people, as much as mainstream media and women try to promote deadbeat dads being mostly people who look like us, way more deadbeat dads who don't look like us who are out there.
You know who really don't get they just due? Stepdads.
Say it again.
Stepdads don't get they just due. And then I could go even to another one. Men who step up to be the household dad, in a sense. The boyfriends who step up to be the fathers to these kids that's not even theirs, they don't get that. I was one of them. I was one of them, bro. I was one of them for 5 years. For 5 years, bro.
Say, bro. All you have to look at just look at the marketing. Okay. Mother's Day, you see marketing for the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Yep. Yep.
For Father's Day, you see a motherfucking grill. That's it. That's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm like, real, that shit is crazy. Yeah. You know, but see, and the thing about it is, people who tell it like it is, you ostracize them.
Yeah.
You ostracize people. You ostracize people who tell it like it is. And I'm about to give you an example of somebody who tells it like it is. I don't know if you watch this. Tells it like it is.
Who the person you're in conflict with is. There was a movie called Indecent Proposal. My man offered the lady $1 million for one night. Sleep with her.
Conflict.
I remember that.
The husband and wife both agreed. This money, we can use it. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense so far. He's like, okay, one night. This broke them up in the movie. This is a movie, but I'm saying this broke them up. But in the end, which was something I really do relate to and believe, the rich man who had old girl, he had her. She was set up, ready to be, because she wound up leaving him because old boy kept asking the questions that men ask. Did you see him again?
And he
was he good?
He was a fly.
And she was like, what do you want me to say? He was hung like a bear. It broke them up.
Yeah, Robert Redford was no joke.
It broke them up. But guess what? In the end, the rich man found out they love each other. They love each other. So listen, even though that was a movie, I want to ask y'all a question. Am I a villain? Because when women tell me they love me, I introduce conflict to see who she really is. Am I bad for that? I don't think I'm bad for that. If you don't introduce conflict into the situation, you don't know who that person who is claiming to be this to you really is, especially with women. Do you think I'm finna just have you around me and go off what you say? No. You love me? Okay. Conflict on the way. Because I'm going to see who you are under pressure. Because I know under pressure, you're going to come out the bag and show me everything I need to see. Conflict. Can't let nobody declare who they are to you. They have to show you who they are to you. Conflict. That's how you find out who somebody is. Somebody say, oh, you just bringing drama. If you think that's who I am, then you don't need to be around me. I'm not one who wants drama, but I'm going to see who you are. If you give somebody a prenup before you marry them, that's conflict. Because she, most of the time, don't want to sign no prenup. She want to act like you doing her wrong because you supposed to love her. Somebody says it's just an obstacle book till two. I forgot, I couldn't get all this shit. It's just an obstacle to get to the end.
I'm going to pause right there. Now, I've said this many times, and before I go, my boy Lomar said this, and he's absolutely right. He said they overlook good fathers because their attention is focused on the bad fathers. Bar. And which makes all fathers look bad. As far as this prenup thing goes, I've been married, I'm divorced. I've said this, and I'm going to stand on it. I think prenuptial agreements should be fucking mandatory. And I'm going to tell you why. When you buy a brand new car, when you buy a car, period, what's the first thing you got to put on it?
Down payment.
No. When you buy it, like what's the first thing?
I don't know. I don't have a brand new car.
Well, when you have a car, what do you have to put on it?
Oh, insurance.
When you buy a house, what do you have to put on it?
Insurance.
When you buy a new car, do you put insurance on it planning to correct the motherfucker?
Oh man, I like where you going with that. Yeah.
Okay. When you buy a home, or even if you're just getting renter's insurance for an apartment, do you get insurance planning on burning the motherfucker to the ground?
Right.
Do
right.
you?
No.
All it is protection.
Yeah.
A prenuptial agreement has the worst PR rep in the history of legal documentations. Because when you hear prenup, automatically, this ain't going to work. Well, why is it not going to work? Why not? Why not? Because why? Because there's a piece of paper that says, if should shit not work out, you get this and you get this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like protection.
Protection. You know why that is though? Because, and this, I'm just saying this. This ain't a fact.
It's your opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's not even really my opinion. I heard this from a movie one time, but it's almost true. A lot of women who start their own businesses, they start businesses off of what? Divorce money. When they get divorced, they take that money that they wind up getting from their husband, that half of everything, and they start up a business.
Well, if you have a marriage that's going somewhere, you should be able to start a business without having to use divorce money. You can start a business while you're married.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not impossible.
But see, the problem with that is that depending on who's starting up the business, then you being looked at as who gets to continue the business if y'all do get a divorce.
But that's why you have the prenup, because that's when you can work all of that shit out. Mm-hmm. But if I walk into a marriage, and I'm going to use me as the B side. Let's say I walk into a marriage with $10 and the woman has $100 million. And we think we're going to last forever, so we don't get a prenup. But then life doesn't work out the way we think it is, which happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we decide to get divorced. Should I get 50 million of that 100 million that woman came into the marriage with? Should the woman get 5 of my little broke ass $10 that I came into the marriage with? I don't think so. I mean, for me, this is just my opinion. if I get married again, I have to have a prenup. And if anything, that'll make me go harder to make my marriage work. Because now because now I have a chip on my shoulder. Oh, motherfuckers think this ain't gonna last? Watch this. I'm gonna treat this bitch like a queen, which I plan on doing anyway. I mean, come on, like, you know, we're promoting single parent households. We're promoting women don't need a man. And then what do you think this does to our young black sons? What do you think this does to our young black daughters? Last week I highlighted that event between Brittany Renner and PJ Washington.
Listen. Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
Where she was acting a fucking fool on camera. She straight set this nigga up. And my problem with that is that you have young women out there that thinks that being ratchet is fashionable, that acting, that behaving like that is okay, and it's not. Right. It's not. I showed my daughter that video. My daughter, 9 years old. I said, if you ever conduct yourself like that, even if you're in a situation and it doesn't work, I said, if you ever conduct yourself like that, and I'm alive to see it, guess who's coming at you first? Not even your significant other, me, because I raised you. And I will never raise you to act like that.
Yeah, that chick,
you saw that shit, right?
I didn't see it, but I know the name. I know the name. She's everywhere. She's everywhere. Yeah.
Like 6 months ago, she was supposed to be a fucking Muslim.
Right, with Kevin Gates.
Right.
And was supposed to be getting married to him.
Oops. Hey, Kevin Gates wised up. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this shit. I'm about to show you this shit right now. Check this out.
See, she takes pride in what she does though, doing that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. And women see that shit because it has a lot of clicks and likes and views and shit. Oh, that's all right. No, it's not. That's what the fuck is wrong today. Check this out.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babies him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he cries, we're gonna record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 for that bitch.
You don't got shit in your bank account.
Get up.
Did you hear that comment?
Mm-hmm.
$170,000 to your hoe, which the woman she was pointing to is actually his wife. But only $11,000 in your son's bank account. This is a 4-year-old boy. What 4-year-old needs $11,000 in their bank account?
The 4-year-old mother.
That part.
The 4-year-old mother.
That part. Now listen to the reaction.
Women like that is the problem. Yeah, the fact that he's showing up to pick his son up is everything. But you coming out there and antagonizing him about the baby crying or whatever, and now what, you not gonna let him get his son because the baby cried? What's the problem? So what? He crying. He'll be all right. So what? So what? And the minute he got in the car, the crying stopped. And then, but what you're doing, she's coming out there antagonizing him to make the child the exchange a bad experience for the child. And every time you antagonize the dad when he comes to pick the child up in this drama, it upsets the child. And then you walking out to the car with no good intentions. And basically what she is a baby mama. That is the definition of a baby mama. The word want. He don't want to go. He don't have any choice but to go because he have two parents, not one, two. A child don't get to choose whether he goes or not. That man is obviously a good dad, obviously doing well for himself or whatever. And you turning fatherhood, trying to make fatherhood a bad experience for him because it's all about you. What a narcissist. And I don't give a damn who get mad. Men are tired of being put up with that shit. Do what's in the best interest of the child. Do the right thing. Take the child out to the car and tell the child, why won't you comfort the child and say, hey, it's okay. We're going with daddy. You're going to have a great time. I'll see you when you get back. You'll be fine. Or just close the door if you can't take him crying. Okay? He ain't crying blood. Blood ain't running out of his eyes. So what he crying? The more they cry, the less they piss. Let him cry. But let him go be with his dad. So, you know what I'm saying? So he can toughen up. Because you damn sure can't teach him how to be a man. And women like that, is absolutely disgusting. Not saying that she is disgusting, but her act and the way she behaved in the exchange of the child is absolutely disgusting. And a lot of men decide that they don't want to put up with that shit. And they just say, hey, I'll just see the child when they get 18. And then when they turn 16 and you and your mama and babied the child to death, and now the child's 16 and becomes entitled, soft, and don't have no spine, or whatever, because he ain't been around no man or whatever. Yeah, you need to go with your daddy. You need to go with your daddy. Hey, come get him. I can't do nothing with him. That's what's going to happen. If he decide that, hey, let me just go and pay you every month and because I'm not going to put up with that or whatever. So that's crazy. That's insane. For you to do that during his visitation, his time with the child, for you to put on a show and come out to the car to antagonize. You didn't have no good reason to come to the car. You had no business going to that car. When he picked that child up at the door, you should have gave him that child and you should have closed the door and went on about your damn business. That's some stupid ass, weak ass shit you did. I don't give a damn who get mad. We sick of that.
But you know what though? If you pay attention to that video, that's a bitter ass woman.
It's a setup from the jump because you
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But she's bitter. Like she is bitter as shit. Like
yeah.
For you to be that bitter, like you must really hate yourself. You hate yourself because you know you fucked up with the man that you really want to be with.
And you thought you had that lottery ticket.
Exactly.
And you see he in the car with his wife, and you're gonna say you hoe, but you're mad because she ain't you.
Exactly. And because you can't never have that back again.
Nope.
That shit is crazy. And that's the shit that they promoting to these young girls, yo.
That's why it fucks with me. That's why it fucks with me, because I have a daughter.
That shit is wild, bro. Like, bro, like, I can't even go into details with what I want to say.
Oh, you can. Yes, this is the place to do it.
I can't bring that up. But I will say this. Somebody that I used to follow was following some girl. And the girl it was on TikTok. And the girl on TikTok was like, yo, if he left you, leave him. Leave him be. Don't go back to him. It is what it is. Leave his ass. Da 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 da. You know, he a fuck nigga. He don't deserve you. And I'm like, yo, y'all really listening to this chick? First of all, this chick is single. She's single. She probably got a lot of niggas that don't do nothing but fuck on her.
Yep.
And she ain't got no man. And y'all really sitting here listening to this chick tell y'all to leave a man alone. What's wrong with y'all? Especially if you got a good man. Like, My thing is this: if you don't want a good man, then say that. I don't
Yep.
want a good nigga. I want the same type of nigga I'm used to fucking with, and I've been fucking with. Say that because
Yeah,
them same niggas is out here.
they
They
are
out here.
every day.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
the difference between listening to a single man talk and a single woman is that one, there's a high probability that if you listen to a single woman talk, you're going to be hearing things strictly based off of emotion and bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to a single man talk, more likely than not, you're going to hear things from a place of logic. And I'm talking about a single good guy, not a single dog ass nigga. Because
Right.
a single dog ass nigga be nothing but that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But a single guy, single good man who has been through the trenches and has PTSD, and I'm not just talking about myself, but
No, look, I'm right here.
yeah, like exactly. Okay, yeah, a
I'm
single
right
guy
here.
who's been through the trauma and the trenches, but just like, nah, I'd just rather focus on handling my business than any of that nonsense. Will tell you things in a more realistic direction because, like you said, that video is a video of a bitter woman who, for whatever reason, famous people tend to flock to because they think she looked good, whatever. Because I mean, she wants to be in basketball wife status or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when real shit is this, that you thought you had a lottery ticket when you had a kid. There have been women out there that have actually promoted that women find yourself a rich, dumb athlete, have a baby by him, and you set for life. And it didn't help when 50 Cent came out and said, have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. That didn't help. And it's like, this is what society is today. Clicks, likes, drama, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I one thing I tell my son all the time, if she say screet, scrape, scrimp, murk, keep it moving. Keep moving. I tell him, I said, if you ever bring a woman in my house, a girl in my house, I say, I live up the street. Oh, you got some murk? I'll be like, Roman, son, can I have a chat with you real quick? He'll be right back. And I'll be like, get this bitch out my motherfucking house.
Screet.
When you say screet, scrape, or scrump, or murk, get the fuck out my house.
Scrimp. Yo, that's crazy.
Because I'm going to tell you better tell about herself before I do.
That's crazy. Nah, but you know what's funny? I'm a person because I've always been into English, like English class and whatnot. I will correct a motherfucker in a heartbeat. Yo.
Ain't no K in street and street.
Yeah, you can't say street. Nah, street? You mean street?
Yeah.
Say with me, street.
Use your vowels.
Yeah. Listen, I do that shit in a heartbeat. I used to do that with my ex, and she couldn't stand that shit. She'd be like, yo, stop correcting me. I'm like, no, you need to learn how to speak.
Exactly. Screet, scrimp, scrape, murk. There's not an E in milk, bitch. It's M-I-L-K. Milk.
It's not even a U.
Yo, bro. Oh, you man, we be bugging on here, bro. We have fun. We have real talk, but we have fun, bro.
That shit.
That shit bothers me, bro, because somewhere along the line, and it came from reality TV. Mm-hmm. Somewhere along the line, and I would say what probably happened with Flavor of Love. This shit happened like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When being ratchet became fashionable.
Yeah.
Being ratchet became fashionable. And then when social media came out and you got all of your shorts, TikTok, and not even with TikTok,
With YouTube.
your YouTubes, your Facebooks, then the IG, then the Snapchat, then you got the TikToks, all the short, why motherfuckers' attention span don't exist no more. You know,
Mhm.
and then once niggas found out that you could monetize off of this shit,
Mhm.
you know, being ratchet became more and more fashionable every day, but it's killing our society as a whole.
But you know what's even crazier? People don't even realize, and it may not even be a realized thing. It may be they don't know it. But people don't know that the word ratchet, it was used for a gun. Like,
Or a car tool.
yeah, or a car tool. Like,
Yeah.
where did first of all, my thing is, how did y'all take that word from either a car tool or a gun and use that as saying you're ghetto? Like, where did that even come from?
That term did not exist in the 90s, even the early 2000s.
Yeah,
It didn't exist. You know, if you were ghetto, you listen to
you was
Cash Money.
ghetto.
Give me your project chick. Give me
Right.
your hood rat bitch. You know,
Exactly.
it made more
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah. You was
You
either
know,
ghetto
it
or you
didn't
was
exist.
hood.
Yeah.
Now
It,
everything is just ratchet.
and the thing is, the shit has been like that for over a decade.
I got a question. How you feel about these females now? All of a sudden, they coming out saying, "Oh, they wanna, how they put that shit? They wanna, what's the what the Miami girls be saying?
Oh,
Um,
Lord, you're talking some city girl shit.
yeah, the city girls saying that they be saying they want
Oh,
a city girls summer or whatever that shit is called.
Chad, you got to help me out on this. I know
Um,
what you're talking about, but I can't think of the exact phrase. I
yeah.
mean, um, um, it's nothing that stands out, so I would just look at it as just
Yeah, there
regular
you go. Hot
hot
girl
girl
summer.
summer.
Yeah,
Oh,
what you
oh,
think about that? What you think about that?
hot girl summer. That's been in existence for about 7 years now. A hot girl summer. Well, first of all, as long as I know you ain't burning, when you say a hot girl summer, and you can forgive me for that because I can be an asshole. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I hope you. All I would say is, you want a hot girl summer. I hope you're single. That's all I'm gonna say. Hope you're single.
But see, I feel like
Hope you're single and clean.
it's females that are using that term as an excuse to be hoes.
That's why I said I hope you're single, because yes, that's exactly what that entails. Of that you're gonna go out thought boxing it up, and you're gonna use it being the summertime as an excuse. Because let me tell you something. Being a thought is not a part-time job. That is embedded. That is something that is a part of your DNA, unless you get saved by Jesus. And I'm not even trying to be funny on that.
Now, I agree with that, like low key, because I believe that that's a generational thing.
Absolutely, it is, bro. Listen,
Whether it's coming from women or men,
or men,
I believe that that is a generational thing.
it really is, bro. It is being promiscuous. Let me use a educational term.
Hmm.
Being promiscuous is not a part-time job. It's not. And now I'm gonna go a little a little ghetto history. Just listen to a song by the great rapper called Ludacris in his very first album, Back for the First Time. Ho, use a hoe,
Hmm.
use a hoe. I say that, use a hoe. Last
Hmm.
line, very important line. But hoes don't feel so sad and blue, cause most of us niggas is hoes too.
Hmm.
So you want to have a hot girl summer? I hope you're single and I hope you clean. Because look, I don't want to say once a hoe, always a hoe, but I'm gonna say once a hoe, pretty hard to convert.
Right.
Because what women don't understand, what men don't understand, and okay, so what people don't understand is that, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this specifically in regards to women, because it's easier for a woman to be a hoe than it is a man, because men desire women more than women desire men. Women know that they can, in a lot of situations, get what they want. Like,
right.
you remember the Players Club, use what you got to get what you want. That applies more to women than it does men. And when a woman is in a relationship and they're bored, or they're not happy with it, or they're not happy with life, and they're not happy with themselves, and they happen to be in a relationship, guess what? When a motherfucker come around talking shit that they want to hear, guess what? Things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
So, I tell people this. If you're in a relationship and you've cheated before, and this is for men and women, there's a high probability that you'll probably cheat again. Especially if you've cheated before and you got away with it. Because after a while, it becomes a certain thrill to it. It's a bragging story to tell to your friends. You know? So, and I'm not saying this like I'm perfect. I'm not saying this because I'm perfect. I'm saying this because I've experienced this shit. You know? So, which is why I say, when I talk about relationships in regards to myself, that the PTSD is real.
Nah, it definitely is. 100%. It definitely is, bro.
PTSD is
Like,
real.
I heard that for the first time, I think this week.
What?
That men have PTSD from relationships, from being cheated on.
You are looking at a prime example of one, sir. The PTSD is real.
Shoot, you looking at one too.
The PTSD is maybe that's why we cool, because
we trauma bonded.
We trauma bonded. Yeah, sometimes a lot of, and we didn't even know it.
Right.
We didn't even know it. I mean, that's real shit.
It's crazy because I can laugh about it now.
I can laugh. I definitely can laugh about it now.
But when that shit happened, that shit hurt like
I was
a
in
bitch.
I was in a dark place.
I was too.
I was in a very, very dark place. And the thing, but see, the one thing that I try to tell people is that everybody's not the same. Even though people may have the same tendencies, everybody is not the same, because we can, unfortunately, our trauma and our PTSD and our past negative experiences can sometimes be a hindrance to us actually fully moving forward, particularly if you have any aspirations of moving forward, of not being alone.
Yeah.
Because people, when they get into another, after the horrifying trauma that they've been through, and they get into another relationship, as soon as things get rocky, you automatically think about what happened the last time. And think that it's going to happen again. But you have to realize, men and women have to realize, that you're dealing with a totally different human being. No relationship is perfect. None.
Right.
If you think you're in a perfect relationship, you are really in trouble.
Right.
You are truly in trouble.
I want to kind of change the trajectory, but not so much. Kind of going off of that, right? Because me and my boy was talking before I got on, and he was saying himself, he like, yo, bro, this being alone shit, he was like, it's for the birds. He's like, I don't like being alone. And I was like, me neither. Like, yo, who likes being alone? Don't nobody want to be alone. But I was gonna say this. How you feel about the fact that it's been so many people um that have transitioned from being in a relationship or been cheated on or whatever the case may be to now going into God, like having more faith in God or choosing to have God be the one to choose their next relationship because of the PTSD and the trauma and everything that they've been through.
I'm another person that I can say looks at things that way because you know what? I tell you why. Perfect answer for that. Well, I can say a perfect answer. It depends on how you view it. Because when we're in relationships, this is my opinion. When we're in relationships that we deep down inside know are failing, a lot of praying happens.
Mm-hmm.
When we know relationships are failing and it's somebody that we really deeply love and we truly want it to work, but we know the relationship is failing, so a lot of praying takes place.
Mm-hmm.
But what people fail to realize is that we say a lot of prayers, particularly in relationships that aren't working. And have you ever had a friend who was in a bad relationship and you and your circle of friends say, dude, this ain't working? And they say, no, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to let God handle it. What they don't realize is that God has answered their prayers. It's just not the answer that they want.
Mm-hmm.
See, people don't understand that.
Yeah.
People don't understand that because we pray a lot for relationships that we think we want,
Right.
but that's not in God's plan for us. You understand? That's not in God's
Mm-hmm.
plan for us. And people sometimes don't believe that God would actually tell them no. But God will actually tell us no.
Yeah.
Not directly.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to
Yeah.
point his hand through our roof and say, no.
Right.
Sometimes that's what some people need, but you
Right.
just see it by the actions. When you
Yo, and
realize, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Say what you
When
about
you
to say.
realize that things aren't getting better, things are progressively getting worse, but you're on your knees every night saying, Lord, please, Lord, please. And the answer is, I love you, but no, this is not where you need to be. So
And
then after that,
mhm.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I could contest to that because the last relationship I was in, I broke up with my ex, but I didn't know why. I knew why I was breaking up with her, but I didn't know that God was making me break up with her. I didn't know God was removing me from the
Now, hold
relationship.
on now. God didn't make you break up with her. God just
Okay,
gave you your
no,
answer.
God didn't make me, but God was removing me from the relationship,
Yeah,
and I didn't know why.
yeah,
It wasn't until after the fact that I realized what it was. But in that
yeah,
time, I didn't see it for what it was. I didn't see it as God saying, "Hey, look, this ain't working out. This ain't what you think it is."
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm
But
gonna piggyback this off of this comment that was just left on here. God
mhm,
could slap someone in the face with answers, but until the person actually realizes it, nothing will change. Absolutely right. To dumb that comment down, which was a very intelligent comment, is when you get sick and tired of being sick and
sick and
tired.
tired. Yeah.
Do you realize, yo, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's not the end all be all, because again, it goes back to what I was saying. The next person, however long that may be, and I advise anybody, when you break up in a relationship, particularly a long one, don't jump back in there. You know, you think you need it, you don't. I did it myself. You know, I got out of a 12-year marriage, jumped right into another relationship, thinking that this was it, thinking, God prepared me for this. And I'm not saying that to mock God, because no, God said, you think so, huh? God's funny. I love God. I love the Heavenly Father, because he got a sense of humor like me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not funny initially when the sense of humor is used on me, but I can get it. But when I look back at it, I laugh my ass off. But you know, but sometimes when you're in a relationship, particularly how I was, where I didn't feel like I was needed for anything other than the obvious, it felt good to be needed for something other than the obvious. For those who not following me, the obvious is money. And I'm not saying that to say that my relationship before then was strictly based on money, gold digger. No, none of that stuff. When you live with somebody, you depend on each other's paychecks to make sure your fucking bills are paid. That's just what it is. That's what it is. Even if you're a stay-at-home mother or father, you depend on the other person's paycheck to make sure y'all can stay afloat. So that's why I say the obvious. And in the relationship right after my marriage, it felt good to be needed for something other than the obvious. But that wasn't it neither. Because that bitch was crazy. That bitch was crazy, bro. You know, so I mean, it just is what it is, you know. And when I say Jesus take the wheel, I'm about to go off camera for a second. When I say Jesus take the wheel, Jesus take the wheel. And now that question that you asked me, how do you feel about that?
Well, just overall, I think it's wrong in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way things are happening, and then, like I said, I've been through it myself. I ain't gonna go into no details, but even with one particular relationship, like I said, I raised a kid from birth until the boy was 5 years old. And the craziest thing is, even now, my ex is still trying to make friends with me when she got a whole nother man. It's wild. It is wild. I don't, I don't get it. So I tend to just kind of just, keep myself, but in the background. I don't bother nobody. I don't,
Yeah,
I keep myself distant.
Yeah, there are ways. Oh, there are ways that I would approach things like that. It's like, I mean, I don't have a problem with being cool with your ex, because I'm cool, honestly, with most of my exes. But there's no, if you have another guy and we don't technically share a child, there's no daily conversations really that need to be had. And because my method of thinking would be, well, she's trying to get all buddy now. Things may not be working out between her and old boy, and she may be looking for a fallback.
Nah, ain't no. You know how they got the fallback joint where you got to stand behind the person to catch him. I'm the guy that's standing behind him, but I move to the side.
That man said to the left,
Ain't no catching nobody over here.
Hey, because what particularly women don't understand, like you said, So many women out here will push a good man away based on their own trauma. Men do it too. Don't get
Yeah,
me don't get
yeah.
it twisted because
No,
men do it too.
yeah.
But see, why you said you talked to your boy, he said this alone shit is for the birds. I get it, bro. I don't want to be alone neither. But guess what? Guess what? Peace of mind is priceless.
100%.
I've had several lonely nights here. And I'll probably have several more lonely nights here because, for one, I'm not going to settle now that I've been married for a dozen years and I've gotten out of that marriage and I had a relationship right afterwards that I shouldn't have had. But again, you have no idea how great it felt to be wanted and to be needed for something other than the obvious that, I moved way too fast. But again, the peace of mind is priceless.
100%.
And I know people who can't function without a relationship. And I feel for them. Because if that's the case, you are truly settling. You're settling. You have somebody who temporarily sweeps you off your feet. You know what I'm saying? The sex is great for the first month, but as soon as the fairy dust wears off and you see that person who the fuck they actually are, you're like, uh-oh. Hopefully you're not living together, so it's easy to get the fuck out of.
But see, that's the thing though. Most people, besides them settling for that person or just staying in the relationship, most people tend to hold on. Like, okay, like what you said about people that can't be without a relationship. Most of those people like that, they have a real problem with abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they've never had to be alone by themselves. Shit, probably been coddled since they was a child.
That's real shit. And that could be for emotionally and for financial reasons. Real shit.
Yeah. Like until I went through what I went through, I never really had to sit by myself. And I had to talk to somebody, and that person told me, he was like, yo, you gotta sit with yourself.
Yeah, man.
Stop talking to everybody. Stop calling other people. Sit with yourself. When you feeling what you feeling with your emotions or whatever, just sit there and let it play out. And when I actually had to make myself do that, that's when I realized, like, oh shit, okay, that's what this feels like, for one. Number two, it helped me to realize, like, okay, yeah, I can do this to where I can be alone. I don't want to be alone, but I can be alone. But three, it also helped me realize, like, wait a minute, I got peace of mind.
That part. Because I'll tell anybody, do you want to be alone? Honestly, no. But am I okay with being alone? Honestly, yes. Because, and everything I do, all my future plans, like I'm trying to buy a house and shit like that. I'm making all those moves with the intentions of being alone. And I've said this to myself. I've said this on the show. The worst thing that could happen to me relationship wise is if I accomplish everything that I want to accomplish by myself. Because then once there's somebody who wants to get into the picture, and if there's anything that's compromising or changing, that I feel and be like, well, I've gotten to where I'm at. I don't need you.
Right. That part.
I don't need you. I've done everything that I needed to do. I've done everything for me. I've done everything for my kids by my motherfucking self. What I need you for? That's the scary part. Because again, I don't want to push anybody away who legitimately wants to be with me. But now, I've gotten the job, I've gotten the career that I've wanted. I'm moving. Like 2025 for me from a professional standpoint, it's been fucking amazing. It's been amazing. I got the career I want. I'm making the money that I want. I'm in the process of buying a home, and I buy a home, and I'm like, okay, now you want to, now you want to say, hey, I can do this, and hey, why don't you do things that way? Well, the way I've been doing shit has been working for me. So outside of physical pleasure, what do you offer me?
Yeah.
What do you offer me?
Yep.
Outside of physical pleasure,
Yep.
what do you bring to the table that's gonna make us, not me, because I know in any relationship it's not about me. What are you bringing to the table that can make us grow? Because one thing that I'm not looking forward, that I'm not looking at, is downtrodden chicks anymore. I'm not.
Bro, let me ask you something. Do you believe in and ladies? I see that there's a couple ladies on here. Chime in if y'all agree or disagree.
I love it when the ladies on here.
But do you believe in soul ties?
Soul ties. What do you mean? Elaborate.
When I say soul ties, I'm meaning like, now this is just how I'm explaining it. Soul ties as in you've been with a female, right? And y'all have been intimate and to a point where she can't leave you alone when it comes to sex. She don't want to walk away from you. She can't walk away from you. To the point where if you started looking for another chick and you started talking to another chick, she's starting to reach out to you. But the reason why she's reaching out to you is because of the soul ties. That soul tie is telling her, oh, he got somebody else right now. So it's telling her to tap in with you.
I borderline. Hey, look, if that has happened to me, I borderline wish I fucking knew it directly. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure it has happened to you.
I borderline wish I knew it.
I'm pretty sure
and
it has
not even
happened
the
to you.
stunt or anything like that. But I can't honestly sit here and say I believe in my situation, in my life. Oh Lord, look, you got support on this. You got support on this.
And that's why I say, ladies, tap in. If I'm lying, I'm lying. But tell the truth.
I don't think that you're lying. I just wish that would happen to me.
It did.
Well, okay, it did, and I didn't know. Well, you know what?
Yeah, I didn't know it either.
Now that I think about it,
I know it now.
Yeah, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it.
I know it now. And you know how I know it? I just literally like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Well, sometime earlier this week, I saw a video on YouTube where this lady said, she said, if you don't believe in soul ties, you're crazy. Soul ties is a real thing. She said, just think about it. If you ever, matter of fact, one of the ladies, the way she explained it, she was married to the husband that she wanted, prayed for and everything. And hold on. Yeah. But the lady had the husband that she always wanted, right? Prayed for and everything. She's in the bed, sleeping next to her husband, and is having dreams about having sex with her exes and other men that she's never seen before. And because she's had these dreams, she felt like she was cheating on her husband. She felt like, she started getting distant with her husband because she felt like something was wrong. But she did not realize that was soul ties that she still had with her ex. And then I saw another video from the same podcast, but it was two different women. They two different wives. The other wife, she explained what I had just said, which was basically that if you ever get to a point where you looking at another woman or you interested in another woman and your ex winds up reaching out to you, that's because of the soul ties still attached to you. The soul
Damn.
ties is trying to get back in with you.
So if that's the case, does that mean I have really good penis?
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no, pop my collar.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Well, I'm
Look,
gonna be honest with you.
bro, I just told you, my first ex, she's still trying to be friends with me. She
Well,
got
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If this is, I'm honestly, this is one reason why there've been certain women that I can't sleep with. I can't sleep with because I know what'll happen. I don't know if it's soul ties or just I don't know, but what I mean, and I'm not saying this to brag on myself, but that's a loaded question. That's a good one there. That is, I mean, because damn, she said she felt like she was cheating because she was laying in the bed with her husband but fantasizing about other men. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. Ain't a motherfucker alive who hasn't done that.
right. That's true.
Ain't a motherfucker alive who hasn't done that.
That's true. But she had the husband she wanted though. She prayed for him and everything.
And you know why that happens? Because one, we're human. And two, in particular the females, sorry ladies if you're in the chat if you feel some type of way about this, but I know all of you motherfuckers who are in the chat, and I'll say this to your face. With women, it's never enough.
Nah, that's a fact.
With women, it's never enough.
That's a fact.
You know. And listen, see, this is where the blunt part of me comes out. If I have soul ties with somebody who still wants to do X, Y, and Z with me, why didn't you do it when we was fucking together? Why didn't you do it more when we was together?
Right.
I'm a simple creature.
Exactly.
I'm a simple creature.
100%, man.
I'm a simple fucking creature.
I am too.
It is if you actually. It is if you act. You said, "Boy, hold on, brag, boo boo. Don't act like." Hey, well, I appreciate that. And I actually do. I do know my women, with the exception of my last relationship. I ain't know the crazy bitch syndrome was totally in this motherfucking relationship. Yeah. I'm being dead serious. But this is one thing that I remember. I've literally been called this word in a couple of my relationships, addictive. I don't know if that counts for soul ties, but I've been called addictive. Okay. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, well, listen, I've been told that, yeah, I was a drug. So I mean, yeah, the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, bitches be bonkers. Yes, they do. Bitches be bonkers. And because of the emotion, I will say that is that if you feel like this after the fact, why didn't you do this during the fact? You know why? Because two reasons. One, it's never enough. And two, it's the age-old saying, you don't realize what you got until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many women
1,000%.
Yeah. Do you know how many women that I know who have made their own lives so difficult themselves? Now, I don't want to come off as a misogynist because I'm not. Because I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But I know so many women whose life could have been simple and easy if they just press the pause button just for a second. If they just got out their own way. I know so many women who are their own worst enemy because they can't go through life without a battle.
Chaos.
they can't go, they don't feel complete unless they have a war to fight, unless they have some kind of conflict or confrontation, not within, outwardly.
Yeah, unless they have chaos.
Yeah, because if there's no chaos outwardly, then there's just going to be conflict internally.
100%.
And that totally gets in the way of their life. Now, if I want to be a nigga about it, I could simply say some women have made their life miserable, have made life harder on themselves because they just won't shut the fuck up. That's the nigga version of saying it. But see, I'm not an advocate of just shut up and do what I say. No.
Yeah, no.
I'm not an advocate of that.
Yeah.
But to battle everything, that's why I say I hate being lonely. But peace of mind is priceless.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be a battle every day. I don't give a fuck what it's about. The motherfucker on the bike flicked me off. So you know what I'm gonna fuck that nigga.
Right.
Move on. I don't want it to be a battle, a complaint, a reason to bitch about everything. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, me and my neighbor was literally talking about this today. I don't understand how there's a broke woman out here on planet Earth. I don't get it. Because most men are simple creatures. I mean, you have to understand, and I'm going to say, I don't want to sound cavemanish with this, but in relationships, matter of fact, this shouldn't sound cavemanish to mature adults, and we're having a mature adult conversation, and if there's any childishness in there, I'll own that. It's me. Because I'm a clown in real life. But we are meant to serve each other. A woman in a relationship is meant to serve a man. A man in a relationship is meant to serve his woman. A woman's in a relationship is meant to serve the family. A man and a woman, once you have kids, a man and a woman's purpose in a relationship is to serve the family. But men and women, they're meant to serve each other. But we have gotten to a place, and it's probably always been there, it's just more out in the open now, that it's just not enough. Social media is a blessing and a curse.
I think it's more of a curse, but go ahead.
No, I mean, hey, you would see, you would say some stuff that I would agree with 100%. It's a blessing because you can actually put positive energy out there. It's a curse, particularly when you're in a relationship, because you can find motherfuckers that you probably still had feelings for and never lost feelings for, and just slide into the DM and be like, hey. And the next thing you know, you don't even have to do nothing. But if those conversations are on your phone and they're found, oh, you in trouble. So, I mean, soul ties. As a matter of fact, let me. I want to hear, because
let me tell you a quick story, right quick.
Okay.
Okay. So my ex that I was dating, the last person I was dating, so we had went to a comedy show. Now, mind you, I'm not expecting to see nobody at this comedy show. You know, we're leaving, like, to go out the door. We walk down the steps, and all of a sudden, this girl turns around. I didn't recognize who the girl was. I'm not even thinking about, yo, who is this girl? I just know she turned around when she heard my voice. She looks at me, I look at her, and I keep walking. I check my phone, like I pull out my phone and I just happen to go to Instagram and I got a message. And the message is from this chick who I happened to be intimate with one time or another, and she was like, "Oh, so you can't say hi to me? You just saw me, you couldn't speak." And I said, "Wait a minute, time out. Like, how you gonna how you gonna send me a message and say, oh, I can't say hi to you, but you look me dead in my face. You looked me dead in my face when I was coming down the stairs. You turned around because you heard my voice. That's soul ties. Because she remembered what I did to her. And when
Wait, hold on. You got to clarify that because that doesn't sound too good when you say she remembers what I did to her.
she remembered the work. She remembered the work
She remembers
that
how
I
you
did.
pleasured her.
Yeah, she remembered when I clocked in. She remembered when I clocked in because for her to send me a message and she saw me with my girl.
Oh shit!
For her to send me a message and be like, "Oh, so you couldn't speak to me?" I'm like, "Yo, you could have spoke to me." Like, but of course you're not gonna do that. Why? Because I'm
You
with
don't
a
want to make it
girl.
awkward.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to make it awkward though. No, but see,
Have you
that's
ever
so.
come into a situation where you had no choice? I mean, like not no choice, but you just kind of ran into him with your girl, and there was no avoiding it.
Nah, I never had that, thankfully, because I would never heard the end of that.
Oh, I did.
I would have
Oh,
never heard the end of that.
I did. Lord have mercy.
And the crazy thing is, the same chick who hit me up with that is now married to somebody new. Why you asking? Why you care that I didn't speak to you? You with somebody completely new. You married to.
I
See,
had
but
that.
that's yeah,
I had that
soul
happen to
ties,
me.
brother.
I had that happen to me once. This was quite awkward. Um, this is when I was married. This was when I was still living in Holland Springs, and this was back in the day. I used to mess with this girl, and then we stopped messing with each other. But her mother came at me,
Mm.
and I was like, "Okay, what's up?" You know. So long story short, you know, now mind you, this was before I had ever got with my ex-wife, and um, I would, let's just put it this way: my shit was known in Holland Springs,
Mm.
you know, so because I was that type of nigga when I was 20, 21 years old. I would just straight up tell you, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm serious. I would tell them all at once.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, ha 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 ha, Brandon, until it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now, mind you, this is years later. I'm married now, and I'm in this grocery store, and it's me and my wife at the time, and we're walking, and then we run into the girl and her mother.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would have walked the other way. I've been like, honey,
Bro,
I
the
left something in the car.
conversation was so fucking awkward. It was, hey, Brandon, how you doing? Mama gives me a hug. Daughter gives me a hug. Hey, you guys know her? This is my wife. So, needless to say, when we walk away, do you imagine the staring, the
Yeah.
laser that's being drilled through me at the time?
Mm-hmm. And they didn't give you no regular hug. They gave you that I miss you hug.
And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, what did she say? I bet you feel really good right now, don't you? I was, all I could say was, really, like, it was really what nothing I could say. I didn't know they was here.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It was like, what the fuck? So that was awkward because I'm literally sitting there, me and three other women, I'm just sitting here like, what's up? Like,
yeah.
you know, but that wasn't honestly what was going through my head is I'm about to hear about this shit. That's the first thing that went through my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to hear about this shit. And I didn't even do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to hear about this shit that I did 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even fucking relevant now.
Right.
You know, and the thing is about it, I didn't hide it. I didn't hide it because this was before you. What the fuck do I need to hide before you?
Right.
Now, if we were together, broke up, and then got back together, and some shit happened in that little gap of time, while that didn't have nothing to do with you, but there was already a history there between us. This was before me and you ever existed as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you giving me the evil eye is beyond me, because we were never together. We're like, it's not that we were broken up at the time. We had never even got together in the first place.
It's because it's to them, it's the principle that you shared what they now have.
Yeah, I can get it, but you know,
Yeah,
I totally understand that.
That's all of that is. But yeah, man,
I totally understand that. But my mindset was, well, I wonder if I could still. No, I was just more or less like, that's the only thing that came to my mind. I'm about to hear this shit. I couldn't help but laugh. Honestly, I couldn't help but laugh. And she was just looking at me the whole time like, I'm like, what? Like, what?
She probably was putting it together. She like, yo, he done did both of them.
She knew, like I said, she knew. I didn't hide it.
Oh, okay.
She knew. She knew who they were. She knew what I had. She knew what we had shared. She knew. So it was no, I wonder. No, you knew already.
Yeah, that's
mother and daughter. You're nasty. I was like, only nasty if I had did it all at once. But, but separately, not so much. You know. So, but you know, that is what it is, man. You know, it's
yeah.
You know what that was one thing, honestly, I fucking hated about my marriage is that whenever there would be any type of conflict, the first thing that would be brought up was shit that I did back when I was 19 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm 31. What the hell did what I do that I did back when I was 19 that and we didn't get together until I was 21? What does that have to do with anything? You know, that's the shit.
That's a good question.
That shit used to get on my fucking nerves, man.
Good question.
Like, I know you want to be single so you can go back and because like I'm a singer and I had a group that was really popping in Richmond for a point in time. So you can be with your groupies and your bitches. What groupies and what bitches? like that shit used to really get on my nerves. Because I'm like, you need to stop living in the past. Nigga, you're living in the past.
Yeah, it's just something that wasn't.
You know, that shit used to get on my nerves. But then once things started to unfold, all of those comments made sense, and I'll stop right there. You know, I'll stop. All of those comments made sense. I'll stop right there. But what I again I tell people is that don't let your past trauma, you know, affect what can be the right person, because men and women do that all the time.
Yeah, it's
you know,
it's easy. It's easy to let that happen.
It's very easy, and it's not. You're not doing Go ahead.
I was gonna say because what I realize is that at least now, for me, I could speak for me, but I would say probably you might even agree too. Once you go through such a trauma, and this goes with men and women, you're afraid to give love to the wrong person again.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. The only thing I'll say about that that may seem like a rebuttal is that with me personally, I'm a loving person and I'll never run out of love to give because that's just in my nature. But
Yeah.
you won't get it wholeheartedly the way that you should
Right.
get it.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
dished out in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Um,
When
but
your birthday?
you're absolutely right.
When your
You are
birthday?
July, July
July
19th,
what?
July
Get
19th.
out of here. My birthday July 10th, bro.
The fuck out of here, boy. What?
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy as shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, and I knew that because of what you just said. Just from you saying you're a loving person and it's in your nature, I'm like, yo, this nigga birthday gotta be in July, yo.
Yeah, man. Man, real shit. Yeah. I mean, that's how I as my heart can be cold as ice, but my
Yeah.
nature is always going to be a loving person. Now
Hmm.
that wall goes up when you get to a certain line, but I'm still going to dish out love.
Yeah.
But I just what I have to do is just remind myself that every human being is different. And
Yeah.
if you treat all human beings the same, you're going to get the same results.
Yeah.
If you treat every woman the same, you're going to get the same results. Um, what I encourage people to do is if you keep going through failing relationship after failing relationship, one is to take some time for yourself. Because again, I know people who act like they can't function without a relationship. Like I literally was talking to a parent at my second job, just asking how she was doing. And she was like, just trying to just working my butt off to maintain my lifestyle. And I'm like, don't work too hard.
Yeah.
But the thing about her is that she can't stay out of a relationship. And that to me,
Mm.
there's it's layers behind that. It's one, you don't like to be alone, and two, you're trying to maintain your lifestyle. So you probably need a second income.
Mm.
Um, I would just advise people not to take that route because you don't get time to think for you and what's best for you, especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
Um, take some time for yourself, but you also have to understand the timeline that we think is good for us is not necessarily the timeline that is going to happen. It's
Yeah.
not, you know, my timeline for what I thought was going to happen with my life is not the timeline that God had planned for me. And
Hmm.
that if whether you believe that or not, if your timeline hasn't equated to what you thought it was going to be, somebody's not agreeing with you.
Hmm.
Somebody's saying, nope, it's going to happen this way, not your way. I've had to learn all of that stuff.
Let me ask you this: when you finally got out of your marriage or had the divorce and you got into your next relationship, how long was that gap?
Hmm. Um, about 8 months.
Okay.
8 months. It wasn't immediately.
Hmm.
Um, 8 months. Yeah, yeah. Eight
I
months.
asked that because I from just watching other like podcasts, relationship podcasts and whatnot, I've noticed that most people that go through, their healing phase or their journey or whatever the case may be, most people say that they've done the healing or the work within like 2 years and then they go into another relationship. But it's like
Yeah.
is that really like enough time, or
See,
is
my
that
healing process is different. I mean, like it with me, it's totally different
right?
because I live in the same apartment complex as my ex-wife. So I still pretty
Mm,
much see her every day.
man, you
Now
gotta
there
you gotta put a paper bag over her face.
there are pros and cons to that. There are pros and cons to that. The pros is that for one, you don't have to go far to take your kids.
Mm,
You know, that there's that and that is a all caps pro
mhm.
there. It really is. The con is that that's going to make a lot of women uncomfortable. That
Yeah,
other women that you're trying to
yeah, yeah,
perhaps get established with.
yeah.
Understandably, that's understandable. That's going to make a lot of women
Hmm.
uncomfortable. Like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Your baby mama live right over there. You know, like
Mm. So let me ask you this: Have you have you really had the time to heal from it?
that's a very good question. Um, I'm the type of person where
Now you got to remember before you answer that. Do remember, I know your character. You a July person. Come on now. So you know I so go ahead.
I'm the type of person where if I don't want to be bothered, you could live next door to me. I'm not going to be bothered.
Mm,
But most importantly, and I promise, I swear to God, I'm not saying this as a shot because I will say this again and again and again if I have to. I love my ex-wife unconditionally. I will not deny that publicly or privately.
mm,
But the most important part of my healing has been me repeatedly seeing the reasons why I am divorced.
mm. I like that. I like that answer.
And with me repeatedly seeing the reasons why I am divorced has made it easier and easier and easier to let go.
Okay.
And the true healing really probably didn't start until after my other relationship ended. Because again, it felt so good to be wanted and needed for something other than the obvious
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't realize until that was over. Yo, I need this for myself.
Mm,
And because
mm-hmm.
we see each other pretty much still daily because of our children,
Mm-hmm.
and neither of us want to go a day without seeing our children, and I respect that
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But me seeing repeatedly why I am divorced is like, whew, man, it feels so good being under a roof by myself.
Mm. Okay. I respect that, man. I didn't think that was gonna be your answer, but that's a good reason though. That's a
Well,
good
because
reason.
a lot of people aren't in my situation, and
Right. Yeah,
because a
yeah.
lot because my situation is the way it is, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I maintain a good relationship with my ex-wife, people swear up and down, "Oh, y'all back together." No, we're not. I just tell people simple. It's more conducive it's more conducive to you, for you to have a good relationship with your co-parent.
Mm-hmm.
See, people have this preconceived notion that when you're divorced, you're supposed to hate each other, or you're supposed to just be cordial and that's it. It doesn't
Right.
have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. Now, there are times where you're not where there's times where you are at odds. Now being one of them, I don't give a fuck because I don't give a fuck because of the situation. And the situation, it's one of those situations where I'm not your husband no more.
Right.
Ain't my problem. Ain't my problem. you know.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm always gonna look out because she's my ex-wife. She's the mother of my children. I want her to win, no matter what. I want her to win. See, a lot of people want their exes to fail to prove, you couldn't make it without me. No, that's not me. I'm not petty like that. No, I want you to win because if you win, that's better for our children. I want our children to look at us as equals, equal success story, equal amount of love. Even if you get on my fucking nerves and I don't even fucking want to be around you, I want you to win no matter what.
Right.
And I will help you win no matter what, but there are limits.
Yep.
And those limits are, I'm not your husband anymore. Because I ain't gonna go there. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, it's the constant reminders of why I'm not married anymore is what has truly
helped you heal.
Helped me heal immensely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the issue is, and like I said, I can understand why that would be troubling for other women. The fact that me and my ex-wife are neighbors, you know, literally, I can see why that's, but it's, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that gets frustrating for me. It damn sure does. It gets really frustrating for me. Because I've run across a couple of people that I genuinely really care about and would really and could really honestly see myself have a future with, and it ain't gonna happen because you know they think we're still tied together. And it's like, ain't this a bitch? You know, sometimes I think I can't shake this woman. I can't shake this goddamn woman. And I don't say that in a bad way as a knock to her. Right, but again, I get constant reminders of this is why we ain't together. But it's like, I can't fucking shake you. Because anybody who I want to be with or would have any aspirations to be with, they don't want to be with me because of you. And I'm like, man, you know, so that gets frustrating.
But you know, not to cut you off, but I believe to an extent, to a small extent, I believe that has to also do with the woman too that you're seeking, because I feel that a secure enough woman will know how to deal with that.
I was just getting to that point. I was just getting ready to say, but at the end of the day, whatever woman that I'm seeking that finds that as an issue, you're probably doing me a favor. Probably doing me a favor. Again, sometimes you say prayers and God give us the answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't like it. I've learned to accept that answer. Because I said so many prayers during my marriage. And the answer ended up being no. Or you could sit there and not accept my answer and be miserable. You know? It's just how it be. That's how it be, bro. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And it's okay. I mean, it's all right, but sometimes you have to accept things that we don't want to accept. Sometimes you really have to accept things that we don't want to accept.
Yeah. I'm learning that myself.
Yeah, man.
I'm really learning that myself. I've had so many conversations with God where I would question him, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not within the moment of me wanting the answer. It's God is giving me the answer, but at the time that when he's supposed to give it to me.
You were locked in on it's gonna be my way.
Yeah.
See, I never questioned God. I just kept asking. It was more or less, have you changed your mind yet? Did you change your mind? We had one good day. Can you change your mind? It was more or less, yeah. It's like, until eventually you're just like, I can't do it anymore. I got my answer. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Something I heard recently off of a podcast is that what if when you pray to God and God doesn't give you your answer, what if his silence is him saving you?
Oh, I believe that God gives you an answer. It may be a quiet answer, but if it's not the answer that you want, he probably is saving you. Not probably, he is saving you. You know, some answers are more direct than other from God.
Yeah,
I'll give you
100%.
an example. I'll
Mhm.
give you a perfect example. This is recent. I've prayed to God, Lord, please, please give me the discipline to get my blood pressure down, take my health more seriously. A week later, you know I'm gonna sit you down if your blood pressure don't get under control. I hear you. That's literally what I'm saying. I hear you.
Right.
I hear you.
Mm.
You know, like God is not gonna, like I said, reach his hand through our roof
Right. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
real time and say, look,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you have to pay attention. You know, like one of my best friends was just adamant about this relationship working. And he's telling me, but he's calling to me every day, complaining about his relationship. And I'm like, bro, what else do you need to see? And he said, I'm just gonna let God handle it. Next day, man, she did this. Bro, let me break it down for you. You said your prayers, you got your answer. Accept it.
Acceptance is a hard thing. Yo.
Especially listen, this may be inappropriate, but I'm gonna say it. Matter of fact, I'm not. Matter of fact, I was about to be real blunt. I'm gonna bring it back some. Acceptance is hard to take when you're sexually satisfied. Let that sink in.
Okay. Yeah. 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 That makes
Acceptance
sense.
is hard to take when you
Hmm.
are sexually satisfied.
That is true. I wish the ladies would say something on that,
Oh, they've shut the fuck up.
but nah, that's definitely true.
We were making too much sense. I would love for them to say something too, but we're making too much sense.
So we were making too much
We're making
sense.
too much sense. We
Oh
are. We're
man,
making too much sense. How many?
yo,
I mean, come on. You've seen it in movies. Oh my goodness, I know he ain't no good, but God, he gets it
yeah,
in. I know I need to leave her, but man, when she come home and she do this little trick with her mouth, and I'm like, acceptance is hard when our bodies are being satisfied.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No,
It's just
that's
what it
true.
is.
That is true. That
You
is
know,
true.
and
Yeah,
me,
'cause
I love doing that. But boy,
I
look,
look, I had to realize that for myself.
yeah, man.
I had to really sit with myself and think about it, and I was like, wait a minute, why can't I just walk away? Why can't I? Because I was once asked this question, and the question was, what can she do for you? You know what you could do for her. What can she do for you? What is it that she does or that she can do that's for you? And I had to think about it. It took me about a week to really come up with an answer for that.
Yeah.
And the answer was nothing.
And see, people like us who aren't rich, who see a wealthy person, that's an easy answer. They say nothing, but they'll show the whole nothing. I just throw her this amount of money and
Right.
that's it. But for a person, for people like us, when it's outside of the physical, if it's nothing that you can do for me that's gonna uplift me or us,
Mm-hmm.
then you start questioning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman don't want to hear that stuff because then they'll tell you that, hey, they'll start saying that you think that they're a prostitute. I mean, I'm just real shit.
Yeah.
And that's damn sure not the route that I be trying to take. But I have standards now for me in relationships, and standard number one is I'm not coming second fiddle to nobody.
Oh, 100%.
You heard?
Oh, that's my favorite saying is, yo, I
Oh,
don't come
well,
second to nobody.
well,
I
you
don't
might
come second to nobody.
because in my marriage, I came second fiddle. At the end of the day, now I'm not gonna say this like I was a perfect husband because I was not. I would say the first couple years of our marriage, my priorities weren't there neither. And I'm not saying I didn't step out or anything else like that, but I still had a young nigga mentality. I still had a young nigga mentality, and I can own that. I can really can. But definitely the second half of the marriage. Now I will say this: she never came second fiddle to nobody. Where I faulted at is that I didn't show it enough in the first half of my marriage. Not even the first half of my marriage, the first couple years of my marriage. But the other part of the marriage, I came second fiddle to everybody. I wasn't even second fiddle. I was like sixth fiddle, seventh fiddle. I ain't bullshitting.
You ever heard of this? You ever heard of this statement that says you have to die in order to live within your relationship?
Yeah. Oh, well,
I didn't understand what that meant. I had to watch again. I saw it in the podcast, but the guy kept saying that, yo, you got to die first. You got to die in order for you to get it, in order for you to understand, in order for you to make the relationship work. And I'm like, what the hell does this man mean by this? Until he finally explained it, basically saying that, yo, you got to put yourself second and put your woman first, or you got to do those things. And I was like, oh wow, okay. But then I thought about it. I said, hold on, I've been that way my whole life. So it's like, when I really thought about it, I said, wait, I was doing that shit the whole relationship.
Bro, if that's the case, then not only did I die, nigga, I was brutally murdered. I was brutal. I'm talking about America's Most Wanted brutally murdered. Yeah. So I'm just saying. You know.
That's crazy.
And it's just a part of life, you know. You know, I don't say this stuff to put myself up here and put anybody else down there. I'm just speaking my life. I'm just speaking my life experiences.
Right.
You know, I'm just speaking my life experiences. But look, it is past midnight. I got to get my ass up tomorrow and go to DMV. Bro, we've been on here almost 3.5 hours. I love it.
Yeah, that was a good conversation, man.
You can't tell me this shit ain't fun, bro.
Nah, it definitely is. It's fun and it's therapeutic.
Absolutely. And conversations like this, topics like this, specifically the relationship topics, never get old.
Yeah.
Never. We can talk about current events, yada, yada, yada. Topics like this, they never get old because we've been on this topic for about an hour and a half. And they never get old. But I do got to get up and take my ass to the DMV, even though it's Saturday. I got to take my ass to DMV to get some decals for my truck and a state ID for my son.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm chilling. I'm gonna treat myself to the movies tomorrow. I actually am gonna do that.
That's good.
I haven't done that. In at least over 2.5 years.
What? Oh man, you
Matter
gotta
of fact, the last movie I went to go see by myself was Creed 3. That was early 2023.
Yo, you gotta go see 2 movies tomorrow. Just sneak into the other one.
2? Sneak into the other.
Yeah. I'm serious. You gotta go
I'm
see
gonna go
two
see him.
tomorrow.
Go see that movie, Him.
Go see him and the other one.
Conjuring.
Whatever the
Conjuring.
other one is.
Now
Just
watch
go
this. Watch
see-
this. Watch this. Who in the chat want to go with me to the movies tomorrow? Give it 30 seconds. I bet you don't hear nothing. And I love my chat. Who in the chat want to go with me to the movies tomorrow? Hold up. Hold on. I say, who in the chat want to go with me to the movies tomorrow? I got no love for your boy, man. That was I bet you that's being done on purpose. But anyway, P Dot, we definitely gonna do this again.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down, and I appreciate you. Putting me on. This
No
is my
question.
first time doing a podcast, but like I
No
said,
question.
is definitely fun conversation and therapeutic. You know what I'm saying?
Tell your people, send your peoples the link. Tell your people to watch it. Tell your people to follow the page because I'm posting stuff all the time. Sunday, I'm gonna be real busy posting stuff during the NFL Sunday. But send people the episodes so you let them show them what show them what we talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. Because I got the link in the email. So yeah.
No question. So
this is
yes,
definitely
we about
good.
to get out of here. Okay, to my audience, of course, I hope you guys join me Sunday at 7:45 for Sports Plus Life post game show. I'll be a little longer than usual because I ain't got to go to motherfucking work on Monday. So Sports Plus Life post game show so we can recap week 3 of this NFL season. It's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns from my bro P Dot. We out this bitch. Peace. Love you. See you on Sunday.